Uh all right, hold on. Well, so I got most of the topics pulled up anyway. So I do want to address the elephant in the gaming space right now, uh, especially since my recent activities on the timeline. But just going right into it, right? You know, gameplay been here on Twitter Spaces ever since Twitter Spaces been up.
Mm,
No, we started on Clubhouse and we here, and ever since we've been here, may not be a ton of beef, but ever since we've been here, there has been some beef with us pertaining to the gaming community, right, or the so-called gaming community, because the gaming community is just that, right? The community of people that plays video games. Now we got some established YouTubers on Twitter that has been um, in spaces as well, and in the past, it seems as though, how do I want to put this? Um, there was a whole thing about gatekeeping the community. That was an actual thing, right? That was a big topic that was going on in the Twitter spaces in the game community on Twitter for a while. But the thing about it is that before it actually really established into gatekeeping, it was almost a form of bullying, like online bullying, to the point where some established YouTubers would come into spaces or host their own spaces and speak about the gaming community, not at large, but at as if there was only one gaming community, and that one gaming community, they were the ones who pretty much ran it. So and I'm here, I'm gonna speak about it anyway, no matter if anybody's here with me talking about it or not. But I'm dropping names because I'm not with this whole subliminal stuff, nor am I with this whole uh I'm not with it. I'm not with the indirectness. I'm dropping names because this is stuff that happened. I'm at this point I'm only stating facts. Right? Forget opinions, forget feelings, anything like
oh
that.
man. So
Yeah, yeah.
oh, now before you go ahead with that, I'm gonna just tell you my experience. I'm not gonna go into the whole thing, but Freddie, you gotta understand that I don't know what your situation is, bruh, but people is down bad, bruh. So and they don't know God, right? I don't know what your faith is if you have one, but I know the difference between a good person. My bad, y'all. But I know the difference between a good person, a godly person, and a person that's not good and don't know God at all. Them latter two people are doing any and everything for clout. And they also don't mind making you an enemy and they bait you into it because as long as you cool with them, oh man, they putting their arm around you. They they let you come to they oh man, that's this my guy and as long as you know, but it's like I had to tell, the homie Beast, we cannot keep giving these cats our time and energy. Let them say our name, let them kick us out the groups, let them do all that because guess what? We are two different sets of people. You want to be able to talk to a grown man over a computer screen like he trash because you got a little community that listen to your podcast and buy your damn t-shirts off of drama. And as a person who has ran off of drama before, but not intentionally, I realized that this whole stuff, because I remember you put this on YouTube, but I ain't trying to curse right now, Fred. But this whole thing is demonic in nature, my brother. So you can't really truly, if you a guy who's a good dude, if you're a guy that's a godly dude, you have to realize who you are associating with and putting your name next to. Because as long as you cool and you giving them the light, you know what I'm saying? You're good money. They gonna open the doors for you and everything. But as soon as you start asking questions and you go against the grain and you let, I never seen grown men on this app let other grown men talk to them like absolute dirt, right? But they still stay cool with them because they got the light. But every light is not a good light. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, brother, because I can really break it down and go into it. I don't want to say their name. I mean, I know you're gonna address it, but after you address it this time, don't say these bozos names.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
Don't
not.
give don't give them no more,
J-
because what happens is they like grows because the people that following them versus the people that's following us, it's gonna be a fewer number and it's gonna take longer to find those people. But this is why we have to create the community and we have to eliminate the ego. See, people thought because I said everything I said about the games coming out buggy, the games coming out certain ways, they putting stuff in the game, they leaving stuff in the game, jokes and all that. All that stuff I said last year has came to pass because people do not understand this is the video game business. And all this console war stuff is free promo that this is a play that they came up with in the 90s. And I keep telling everybody to go read Console Wars by Blake Harris because it's all in the book. Like the reason why we had a 90-day return policy in every store is because Nintendo told Target that people who own a Sega Genesis, just because they got the warranty paperwork and the box, the receipt, whatever, they can't just bring a Sega Genesis from 2 years ago back in here and get it exchanged. That's how they used to do it back in the day with everything. As long as you had that box and that warranty, you could mail it off or take it back to the store. Because my grandmother used to tell me that. But it's a lot of stuff that's in not just in video game business, but in business in general that changed in gaming, and everybody keep on hollering about console wars. Go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead.
so so
Go ahead, break it down. I just wanted to just tell you that because I'm because was they banking on you going back and forth with them all day long.
oh wait, so this is the thing, and I understand everything you're saying, DJ Killzone. But for people that's listening, I need people to realize it's been 4 years. 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not once addressed this at all whatsoever. The reason why I'm addressing this now, one, is because somebody actually came for my head, right? Somebody in the form of the Black Hokage, right? I'm gonna go into that.
Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, Black Hokage. What? Wait a minute, wait a
So
minute, wait a minute. What is Black Hokage on here beefing with you for? That's a I thought you finna say who I thought yeah. No, keep
oh no,
going, keep going.
I'm getting to them too. I'm getting to them too. But like I said, the thing about it is that they haven't. Nobody else really came for my head personally, right? Nobody, and
Mm-hmm.
besides, and I'm gonna talk about this too. Let me backtrack. I don't have beef with nobody. Besides, in fact, I squashed it now because I got my grievances already. If y'all saw my timeline, but I don't have beef with anybody. I had to address the Black Okage though because he came for our community, my community, and other people that I personally didn't have beef with. Right? I didn't personally have beef with, but people like a persona, right, from the What's Up podcast has came
No,
for the
okay, okay.
community
Keep
that
going, keep it.
has came for the community that I have built, that I have established. Okay? And I wasn't the only one that was building this community. So indirectly, you didn't come from my head, personally. And again, that's in the past, so I don't have beef with them. I really don't care. However, like I said, it's been 4 years. And one thing I know for a fact, you don't let people keep bullying you. Number one, you don't let people bully you, period. Because the minute you accept it, they're going to keep doing it. So this
So
about
and
to
then
end.
so
This is
I'm
going to
glad
end
you brought
today.
I'm glad you brought up. He the main one. See, I had to say Black Hokage was right in checking that because him being a elder statesman, he needed to check Persona because he Persona is just the younger version of a Tony Polanco, right? They beef and they spark beef, and you know what I'm saying. He didn't. He. I noticed he blocked a couple people that because see this the whole thing with me and him was with the Forspoken thing, right? I played 30 minutes of the game and on my system it was glitching, right? So I'm saying I didn't play the first 30 minutes of Star Wars, the first 30 minutes of this game, and these games is running like PS3, PS4 games, and this is a PS5. This is a PS5 that I'm playing it on. Now, granted, I did say my machine had some issues because somebody swapped out a bootleg game in the store I went to, but I handled that. I signed paperwork, so I can't tell you. It's on my timeline on Instagram, but from a year or two ago. But the point I'm making is this, right? Anytime you bring up something about PlayStation, or if they don't like what the conversation trails away from PlayStation or any type of, there are that's their Lord and Savior is PlayStation because it has afforded them to have a community. So anytime anybody goes against PlayStation, they coming for your neck, and they're creating gotcha moments because either you're going to let them disrespect you and get punked around, or you're going to, fall in. But it's the same thing that happened before.
Right. So,
Happened
and,
with
and
me
I'm
and
I'm glad you went into depth with that, but I have to explain the reason how I got involved.
okay, go ahead,
Right.
go ahead, go ahead.
So
I'm gonna wait till you break it all the way down because I'm just yeah.
no, I'm glad you went into in depth with that because but the thing about it is that while the Black Hokage did not mention my name, right? He didn't mention my name, so I'm going to put that out there right now. But we finna call a spade a spade. He did mention people speaking in clubhouse spaces and Twitter spaces.
Well,
There
I'm gonna say
only
before,
there is not a
but
there's only
Hold on, Freddie.
oh, wait, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
hold
say
on,
this
DJ
before you
DJ
go ahead,
Killzone.
go ahead,
Hold on. Let me
go ahead.
explain everything. There are only a few people I know because I was in Clubhouse. There are
Mm-hmm.
only a few people that were speaking in Clubhouse spaces that are now in Twitter spaces speaking as well. There are only a few people who are PlayStation niggas, right? Because he said
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation niggas. There are speaking in these spaces and in Clubhouse spaces. There are only a few people that are touting Spider-Man 2. I make most of my content on Spider-Man 2. You can say this about a lot of people. right? You can say that about a lot of people, but that's another shot. On top of that, I recently just post a post on my Twitter feed stating that um as a joke, right? As a joke, after Beast had put up a poll, I stated that I don't even buy half my games, right? Don't even know what that means, right? People don't even know what that means because I didn't elaborate. But still, now my thing is, in a minute, less than, in 58 seconds of a video, the Black Hokage threw about 4 or 5 shots that all you gotta do is scroll down my timeline for a little bit, just first glance down my timeline, that will point to me. I'm not saying that he said that people that came from Clubhouse that are also now speaking in Twitter Spaces, but he did say PlayStation niggas and Clubhouse and in Twitter Spaces. There are only a few people that you can be talking about. Literally, there are only a few of us. So even if you didn't come from my neck directly, you're still part of the problem who's people that's coming from my community that I built. So I have to address that because we're not finna keep having this. This is the first time that somebody actually came. I lied. I gotta go back. Um Strictly Gaming. I'm gonna point him out too. Again, I don't have beef with none of these people. I recently just addressed the Black Okage thing, but um I'm just stating the facts of what happened now. Strictly Gaming came into our space. I don't think anybody in here was here at that moment, right? But he came into our space and talking about the community that I'm building, talking about gatekeeping the community, talking about stop letting people into the community and everything like that, as if it was a community that he was building. Again, we squashed that literally the next day. I think it was literally the next day. So that's okay. But again, I never spoke about any of this stuff, and I'm not finna just let people think that I'm out here tweaking on a timeline. There are reasons. There's a history of people literally bullying the people that I'm bringing, that I'm the community that I'm growing. There are people bullying one by one the community members that I'm growing, and it just so happens to be people on YouTube, technically speaking, the competitors. So I'm calling a spade a spade. Again, once again, I ain't got no beef with Strictly Gaming. I ain't got no beef with Persona. To be honest with you, I don't give a crap about the Black Hokage. But that was something that I needed to address because it keeps happening. And the reason it keeps happening is because I'm not addressing it. The reason I didn't address it because no one really came from my head, right? They were coming for the people in my community that I was building up. So this is the perfect time in which I'm addressing it right now. But you want to say something, DJ Killzone?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. That bullet that strictly gaming and Black Hokage, that's who they mentioning. That bullet is for is for I believe for Persona and J Park because yeah they competitive, but they also are seeing the problem, and they've also had problems with people before that came up out of off of Twitter doing the whole console war thing, and they built their whole brand off of beefing. And then once the people that are successful that are already in the space are coming around, they hit the switch. And so I understand you cool with those people, and I ain't saying you don't need to be cool with those people, but that's what your brother is over there doing.
Now
And
let me get it straight. I ain't even say I'm cool. They look. I'm letting bygones be bygones. Y'all can be over there doing what
no,
y'all
I
what y'all
don't have no
doing.
beef
I
neither.
ain't
I'm
saying I'm
just
cool with
saying
it.
he didn't like the fact that I called out the play that he was running because everybody else that gets checked or gets dissed or whatever the case may be, they bow down. So they made me and a couple other people that call out this play that they running, which is not. I mean, it's not. It's no different than academics. It's no different than DJ Vlad. It's a good play if you don't care about honesty and integrity because well my views is higher and da, 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 da. And then brother I got 1.5 million views and I did and I was doing it with rappers and killers, so it's a reason why I don't do what he do. The bullying and stuff they checking that because they came in and they address the game companies. Black Hokage stayed. He get review codes, but he stay on these companies' neck. See, they not trying. They trying to kiss up to the companies because they realize that's where the bread is. But even then, you got Big Cheese and different people on the timeline saying, "Look, bro, they ain't trying to pay us. They not trying to play back creators like that." That's the fight that we fight. You know what I'm saying? Myself, Black Hokage, Big Cheese, different people. That the fight is being fought, and that's why I say people don't be knowing who I'm connected to. The communities that I'm a part in that's behind the scenes, I'm learning about all these different things that go on. But if you over here shucking and jiving just so you could be a part of the PlayStation family or whatever you trying to, and I get it, you gotta eat. Don't nobody want to keep getting up going to work every day for a job they hate. So if they got the hate monger and console war for that, I understand it. But don't act like you just sold PlayStation. You just PlayStation now because they ain't even give you. They ain't even handed you a check yet. But the community,
The only problem is that the only problem was that because and I want you to actually I want to ask you about the space that you hosted with when Persona and I think that girl Kendra, I think her name is Kendra. If I
hmm
butchered the name, I forget. But the only problem with that was that they're trying to gatekeep my community.
exactly. But that's why I tried to come in peace because I said, you know what, I could have muted everybody, kicked everybody, and we would have kept on beefing and kept it going like Beast. See, Beast, he keeps it going, and his stock is going up just because he on the Xbox side and he don't back down from them. I didn't want to keep it going, which is why I let them win because I was gonna take it way deeper and way it was gonna go to a whole different level that I should have did it with Tony and them, but I could have very much like took it to a whole different place. So I had did essentially did the Drake when he was beefing with Pusha T, the J Cole right now with Kendrick, but I he got me blocked. He got a lot of people blocked that he can't control. So if you got people that's wild cards in that's uncontrollable, that's well connected, that can make phone calls, that can be a enemy to your operation, not finna go back and forth and all. Like that's why he was when Jay Boy came in, because we had several different spaces. They sent cheat code over there. They was trying to flip the thing. When I say with Trey, why I say because y'all so trusting, he was able to play the PlayStation game on y'all and got y'all for y'all money. He played y'all like he see. This is where you make PlayStation your Lord and Savior and not Jesus
Wait, who you
Christ
who
your
you
Lord.
talking about?
Trey Watson when he took off or Dre Watson, Trey Watson, whatever that dude
Oh
name
yeah,
was. That
Dre, yeah.
yeah, Dre Watson. I said Trey Watson because I said Trey Watson like because he kind of looked like Trey Songz. So I call him Trey Watson. But anyway,
That's the
there's
dude that
no way. There's no way in hell as a grown ass man I'm coming to somebody only. I don't even go to my mama and my family You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right,
leaving
and
a
got the
lot of
nerve to
money.
gatekeep my community, who's
Is
giving now. And I don't want to just keep saying my community because again, there are other people that has
no, no,
helped
no, no, no. Make
establish
a
this.
you got to make a we got to make a distinction because it could be a PlayStation community, Freddie, right? But it's different. We got see
Hey guys, just for the audience out there that's listening, the gameplay community is not a PlayStation community. We're not defined as a PlayStation community. I did just want to address that really quick. We have other players as far as Xbox players, PC players, Nintendo players, etc. So yes, we're not defined as a PlayStation community. Me myself, I have been on record saying that I am predominantly a PlayStation player, and that is true. I do prefer PlayStation. That's my PlayStation is my preferred platform. But the community itself, the gameplay community, we are not defined as a PlayStation community.
somebody Charleston White has said this, right? And I don't agree with everything he said, but gamers are my people. Like he said, black folks is his people. But I'm looking for my tribe. Just because you call yourself a gamer, that don't mean a damn thing to me. What does that mean that you call yourself a gamer? That don't mean that because we don't value the same things. You trying to get put on. I'm leaving money on the table by not being a console war. Because this play this scenario out. If I had a came on and with PlayStation now PlayStation, they would have they just like with Dre Watson. They would have invited me into the fold. They would have been kicking it with me. My views and everything went up. You know, if I had went at B's and said FB's, because you know you an Xbox cat and woo, and then did you know what I'm saying? When Beast was in the right. And they get on, you notice when them spaces ain't recorded, that's when they get to talking. Oh man, we gonna jack you up. We gonna this, that, and the third. Then they get in the recorded spaces and act like, oh my God, I don't know. So when you get around Paris and you get around different people in the community, and you act like, oh well, man, I don't know what B song because they don't think that nobody has a paper trail on it. But guess what? I got it because I run security on my on surveillance on myself, right? So anytime I'm on the phone or on the internet or talking to a chick or talking to some dudes and they talking to me all kind of hip and flip on the phone, I get a phone call from the security company saying, "Hey, we just heard such and such say they was gonna do X, Y, and Z to you. Do you want to press charges?" We got the recording. So I play a little bit different. I'm from the north side, right? So I play a little bit different than they do. So that's why he got me blocked because at any point in time, I could just push this red button and deflate all of what he got going on. So back to
And
what
who
I
got you
said,
blocked?
huh?
Who got you blocked?
Oh, persona. You know
Got
what
you.
I'm
Okay.
saying? So again, I say, yo, I'm coming in peace. Yeah, I said y'all clout chasing, but that's the thing, bro. You got to make a decision and pick a side on because it's the right side and it's the wrong side. So you got to make a decision on if you saying this, if this is your community, you can't have somebody in there that's like you got to think about his name. A persona, it's not just the title of a game. That's a form of a demon, right? So if you doing this gotcha moment, trying to do gotcha moments and stir up drama, and he even said, he said, if you felt like I was trying to play you in this, that, and the third, you could have just walked away. So that
So
just let me
so let
know
me
that,
real quick. Let me. Can you address the space that you had with Persona and Kendrick? Uh, Kendra
yeah,
when they was
that
coming
was
for
the
your head.
whole point. Because see, Kendra, I meant to block Bam, right? I wasn't trying to block Kendra because Kendra thought that I was trying to get her. I told her, I say, hey, holler at them and say, I want to, let's let them know. I didn't say, Kendra, you need to go talk to them. I said, because they wasn't responding to my messages. I don't need no woman to fight my battles. Let's just keep it a bean. Like, and so I accidentally blocked her because it was Bam, it was Guapzilla, it was some people. So I just hit it, and then because I was upset at that point, because like I said, I could have went a whole different direction with this that they wasn't ready for. You know what I'm saying? And I had people, shout out to L Streets, because that was the whole thing. Because when he brought L Streets and Jadal, and y'all see everything that we got going on, right? She even said, "Hey man, back up off of that." You know what I'm saying? Because we could go there, but we got so much stuff going on, and I need you to get back to doing what you're doing. So that's what I did. I got back, started doing TikTok. They kept all the views and this, then you only got 1,300, and now I'm almost at 2,000. I had several TikToks go viral and all this here. So you know what I'm saying? And even with all of what they got going on, they only went up 100,000 the whole year. It just looked like, you know, I'm at 1.5 overall.
Okay, so real
So,
real quick, and I hate to keep interrupt you, but I want to stay as
oh,
much on
so
topic as
what
we
I'm
can.
saying, so what I'm saying is, their whole thing was Kendra thing was, you got an issue with Persona. Why don't you address it? Persona ain't trying to address it because he already shaped the narrative of, you got mad because you didn't speed run for spoken like everybody else. But my point wasn't about the game itself, because it is a good game, but you could tell they rushed it out without polishing the game up. You
Okay,
could
so let
tell
me
it
ask you
was.
about that real quick, because that's when I was in that space, and I was in that space for a while listening, but I wasn't in there from the beginning, so I didn't know about
So
all
so
of
that's
the
what I'm
others.
saying. I brought it to the room because I think it was Teron's space, and I said they were talking about why the games are coming out and they're not feeling like they're next gen. They're not. They're 30 frames per second, right? So so if you got y'all having a conversation about that, and I'm saying we keep giving our money to these developers and they giving subpar product. Why do we keep buying these games on day one, and why are we not supporting other games, indie games and stuff like that, right? Why are we not? Just because I understand, everybody, because they thought I was totally against Forspoken, but I bought it. How can I be against a game that I bought, but when I'm booting it up, I'm having problems on top of the performance issues which were documented? I didn't have a problem with the gameplay. I didn't have a problem with the story. I didn't have a problem with the little slang that they tried to put in there. Because you remember, these Japanese cats writing a black story. This ain't Tales of Kenzera, where you have a black a brother spearheading the production, right? These is what black folk. These is what Japanese folks. They got black, probably got some black writers and stuff like that. Maybe the Sweet Baby Ink or whatever the case may be. That, and I don't have too much of a problem with them, because I understand if you're trying to tell a certain story and you want to get a black perspective, that's what you should do.
Okay, so
Same thing with.
real quick, because what I heard, what I remember hearing at least was they were trying to say that you couldn't speak about the game
Because I didn't
because you
beat the
didn't.
whole game. But
And
the
that's
whole thing
yeah,
is,
okay.
my experience. Why am I gonna sit there and my experience? Same thing with Jedi Survivor. I put Jedi Survivor down and I put a couple of hours in that game. But because I noticed, I'm like, why is there still jagged edges? And this is supposed to be a next gen game. The console versions are suffering. And fast forward a year later, on the Xbox with Hellblade, we dealing with the same damn thing. So that's what I was speaking on, was the performance. I wasn't speaking on the gameplay. I wasn't speaking on the story. I was saying, bro, this is not. It doesn't feel like it's optimized. I named several games. That
And
was
see,
my whole thing.
that's my main problem when it comes to a lot of beefs, when it comes to these YouTubers beefing with gameplay members. I've heard that story multiple times. You're not the only one. They came in my guy lazy gamer space, it was kind of about something different as well. But for the most part, a lot of the beats that be happening from these other people with gameplay is like, oh y'all talking about games, y'all not even playing them. Well, that's false because I'm in a lot of y'all spaces. I host a lot of spaces. I used to, right? And
Mm.
the people that would, especially Lazy Gamer, right? He be on record saying a lot of stuff. The people that's talking about these games, what they're talking about, they are talking about things that they can talk about. Ain't nobody in my community talking about something about a video game that they haven't experienced.
Mm.
I especially me. If I haven't beat a game, I will tell you I haven't beat a game
And I
before I
said
even
that.
talk about the game.
And that's what I said. I said off top. I said I just got in because my stream only got the first 30 minutes of me playing. But when I got off stream, I kept playing until I got to the dragon. But it was loading wrong. The dragon was way off in the distance. You know what I'm saying? Like people forget that everybody don't get the same experience. Now, most widespread, certain people ain't gonna get certain bugs, right? But sometimes you're gonna run into a bug that I may not run into, you may not run into, whatever. Like I was playing Forza, right? And I fell into a ditch and I couldn't get out of it. And it was glitched out. It wouldn't reload. It wouldn't respawn me back on the track. So you know what I'm saying? I played hours of Forza, right? But I started that combo off saying, "Hey y'all, I'm just starting it. I'm probably a couple hours into it, but I'm having problems. So I'm gonna come back to Forspoken. I'm gonna come back to Star Wars, right? And I muscled through Star Wars, but I just when I got to the ancient Jedi, right? And I'm looking at this, I'm like, bro, this do not feel like a next gen game. This feels like a PS4 Xbox game that they decided halfway through. So here we go. Now we a year later, Hellblade, same thing, 30 frames on the console. See, now they learn from Cyberpunk. They learn from Forspoken. They learn from Halo. And that was the whole the conversation was, why do games come out the way that they come out? Now we finding out layoffs. Now we finding out leadership. All the things I've been saying, Freddie, has came to the light. But because I wasn't trying to grease, I wasn't checking in and tapping in, and PlayStation, and I have a difference of opinion. That's what Black Hokage and Simply Gaming and them is, because y'all they not y'all, but they want to simp so they can get the interviews and do all. Because like I said, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. When I was cool with all the rappers and I wasn't challenging the rappers or going against the status quo, they was letting me on in. But once I said, man, Bankroll Fresh died because a dude was jealous and he ain't on, that dude threatened to kill me, right? On Twitter. Now it ain't up there no more. But I'm just trying to tell you, whenever you decide with whatever it is, gaming, music, movies, when you rock the boat, bro, they want to blackball you.
Right. So
You
yeah,
feel me?
we call
So
a spade a spade. Ain't nobody tweaking. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, just going out their way and trying to cause beef. Well, at least on this side we not. But again, these
no,
things have to be
and I
addressed.
felt bad because me and Kendra was cool, but she felt like, and I get it from her vantage point, but that was God separating us because she riding with them. So that's what I told Beast about him and Teasy situation. I said, bruh, if he want to still be cool with them, you cannot get him to stop being cool with them, bruh. I understand you frustrated, but don't sit up there and try to attack him for it. Let him go. Let him. He picked the side. Let him stay on it.
Right, right.
He's not your partner like you thought he was.
Now,
I deal with that.
so yeah, so with the whole thing about what the games that you was talking about and how you was talking about the games, those were um things that you could talk about the game about the game, right? Because again, you don't need to beat the game to talk about those specific aspects of the game. You spent your money on it, you bought it, you played through, a couple hours of it, and you talked about things like that and comparing it to um other games that you played. My thing is just, this is the community that I have been building for years. We have had, and this is the thing that people don't realize. Before we even came to Twitter Spaces, we've had game developers a part of gameplay. People don't know that though. We have developers a part of gameplay. We had interviews. The guys, the Aerial Knight developer, Aerial Knight Never Yield, who's making a sequel now. He came into the gameplay. Just to name one person, I'm not even gonna name the guy, the music producer from Bungie. I mean from who made the original music producer on Halo, right? Marty O'Donnell. He came to gameplay, talk to us. We have somebody from Bungie a part of gameplay. We have somebody from Capcom a part of gameplay. But people don't realize that because we never go on Twitter and talk about it. And we've been doing this before Twitter Spaces, when Clubhouse was around. I mean, it's still around, but still. So my thing is, gameplay is here. Gameplay is here to stay. Whoever don't like it can move on. Worry about your community, right? Worry about the people that's in your community, and that's it. That's all. Now, because I do want to get, we are gonna get to the topics and everything for the podcast. Um, I just want to reiterate this, right, for the last time. Currently, I don't have beef with anybody, right? The reason why I'm addressing this is because I'm not finna keep allowing this to go on, especially since it I don't care about indirectly or directly or not. I'm calling a spade a spade. Ain't nobody in a less than a minute can say they not coming for my head as well, right? Not saying he ain't coming for everybody else's head, but you can't say he not coming for my head as well with all the details that he dropped in less than a minute on the video that I shared. So I'm addressing this because again, somebody came for my head, no whether indirectly or not, or directly or not. And on top of that, it's been 4 years since we've been on this space. I'm not gonna let my community get bullied. Point blank, period. And it's never going to happen. So again, gameplay here, we here to stay. Whoever don't like it, move on. Point blank, period. So yeah. Oh, and also I gotta mention too, Lazy Gamer was another person too that came in their space and they tried to get. And Lazy Gamer works for Microsoft. He works for Microsoft. He didn't start working for Microsoft when he was in gameplay. He got hired on. So how you gonna talk about somebody that works for the company? You know he get Game Pass for free. But
No, wait a minute. What happened with Lazy?
so
Because I have that's a good dude right there.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
He well, I can't tell you what he did, but he helped me with some of the giveaways that I did.
bro. He
You
bought
know
my
what I'm
PS.
saying?
He brought my P. Now I paid him back, but he bought my PS5 when they was on shortage and everything like that, and it was hard to get. He went out and got it, shipped it to my address. He bought somebody.
Hmm.
He bought somebody else in gameplay a whole PS5.
Hmm. So I'm trying to figure out. So that's why I ain't been seeing him in the spaces like this. Okay.
Well,
So, but
he
that's a.
busy. Lazy has always been busy. Because he started working for Microsoft, I think a little bit after we started in Twitter Spaces, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was like right after we started in Twitter Spaces. After Twitter Spaces came up, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all, just want to add this detail in there too, just so people can know the history. The gameplay community, we are one of the OGs of Twitter Spaces. As soon as Twitter Spaces was up, we was in there, and our first Twitter Space was with an interview with a game developer. So, just so people can know the history, we are one of the OGs in Twitter Spaces in the gaming community.
So
Mm-hmm.
and we actually when our first Spaces we were actually interviewing developers too. I forgot to mention that when we was in Twitter Spaces as well. So um yeah, all in all though, and Persona had came in his space too. That's what happened. Um,
So that's what I'm saying. So this is why, like my pocket, and if they see this is another dude that's coming up, that's like a Tony, that's like well, I can't really say with Tim Dog because I ain't really been. I'm not gonna speak on somebody I've never experienced. I see what other people are saying, but it's just the principle of the fact when you have a person that's on survival mode, that's operating outside of God and outside of goodness, you are going to he's going to do everything in his power to maintain his position because he don't understand if we may remain stronger together than we ever do apart. And these arguments and stuff, it gives him due engagement, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is you doing this to try to get a paycheck, brother. I'm saying, yo, if we all clicked up and worked together, this is all the white YouTubers do it, all the white content creators do it. You rarely see unless it's like a DSP and a Review Tech USA, and they only do that because, or Boogie to a certain extent, they do that because they set this thing up. It's WWE. They do that when it ain't no news or nothing to talk about. They'll do it until something they react. But it's like we should all be if we all was working together and you got an interview with Sean Layton, Sean Layton should be on gameplay. Then he should come over here and do an interview with me. Then he should come do, you know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, the proposal Halo, we can all be eating that, and that's how they do it. But black folks got this, and I'm sick of this gang banging hood rapper mentality that we have.
yep.
We gaming is the last frontier. See, they trying to make it go Hollywood. They trying to get it accepted into the mainstream, but it ain't there yet. So if we come together now, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. But once you like Judas, once you stab me in the back, now I got to you got to stay over. I got to look. I'm gonna forgive you. I'm gonna give you a chance, but it's up to you not to put yourself on that law. You feel me?
Right.
So that's what we at with it. I laid the sword back because I could have been like, man, f you, f J Boy, f anybody who got. Cause look, I could turn it. I could look. They don't know how far I was willing to go, so that's why they got us blocked. They ain't got Beast blocked because Beast keep it going. See, I'm they not gonna block the people that's giving them content. So if I had kept it going, that would have been a source of content because they cool with them people on their side because they got an understanding that they're going to do whatever it takes to get them to be popular. But like I said, I did basically what they did on if we talk about because they want to talk about views. Same thing with toxic. If you don't bow down to them, then they gonna say you crazy, you got a problem. They gonna want to talk around and around and around in circles until they find a point. And by that time, people just tired of it and they want you to move on because they gonna wear you down to submit. But I can't. You can't bully me to buy no game or whatever the case may be, or challenge me or whatever the case may be. I'm not going. So he got me blocked too. Once they find out that I'm not in the kissing no behind and I'm not bound down, it's like, all right, he a threat because we don't know if he's a renegade. So you got to understand once you pick that stance, yeah, I want Black Hokage to call. He didn't say no name because he knows if I say persona in them name, that's gonna make them blow up. So I'm not finna say their name. I'm gonna all right, people gonna jump out there, but you see he squashed it and keeps it up with you, and y'all kept it moving because you wasn't the intended target for the bullet.
Yeah, and
Don't put
I
your
know he
name.
saw it too because I know he saw it too because yesterday he posted a tweet. He made a tweet. I got a screenshot, but he deleted it afterwards, and he made another tweet with the same heading but different screenshots. So I'm not gonna go into that. But from I got the receipts, but from what he put, what the screenshots he put, you can tell that you literally could tell that he saw what I posted about him. But again,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Don't put your name on them. That bullet was meant for them. It
right,
wasn't meant for
so
you.
the thing again, the thing about it, this is why I understand that, but this is why it is important to be direct because even if the bullet wasn't meant for me, we've had histories of the bullets being meant for my community. Number one, and two, even if it wasn't meant for me, it was still pertaining to me a lot, like a lot. So I'm not taking it personal. And to be honest with you, since I put my stance out there, since I put my response out there, I technically don't have no beef with you no more either. Cause I responded. So hey, look, we can let bygones be bygones. I can tell you saw it, but you not responding back to me. Okay, cool. We can let bygones be bygones. And that's what everybody involved in what I'm talking about. However, again, right now, even if this is the last time, this is damn near the first time I addressed it. But I needed to address it so that way you know everybody that I just all the names that I just spoke about. I'm being direct. Every name that I just spoke about, you know, do not come from my community. Don't do it. Not no more. We're not doing this. I'm not with the crabs in the barrel mentality. Okay? I'm on YouTube. I've been growing my community. I'm on YouTube and I'm going to still be doing the same things, growing my community, nourishing my community, and being on YouTube. Okay? So yes, I am a YouTuber as well. Don't come from my community. Point blank. And that's it. That's all.
There it is, man. So, what we talking about next? Because I don't have no beef with nobody. Everybody pick a side, and you stay over there. But
I'm gonna bring up Beast real quick as co-host, and I don't want to drop no names right now because I know what we should talk about. But any of the viewers that would like to speak about the topics as well that we have up here, just raise your hand. I can definitely bring you up. But yeah, let's get into the actual not. I mean, this is still the pod, but let's get to the topics of the pod, man, because it's been a lot of stuff that's been happening in the gaming industry recently this week. We got some topics to talk about, and let's see. Let me see when we start. I do want to start off with this Embracer Group split up because that publisher is so weird. Hold on, let me bring up the details. So a little backstory. I'm not going to get too much backstory on the Embracer Group because again, they just weird. But pretty much these are investors. They made a group called Embracer Group, and they bought a lot of IPs, right? So like the Lord of the Rings, Tomb Raider, etc. Let's see. So now Embracer Group, they have split up into three different companies. Yeah, they are three. They are now three different new companies, right? Uh, the first company is Middle Earth Enterprises in France. Uh, they will be a company as described as a creative powerhouse in AAA game development and publishing. They will own ownership of Dead Island, Killing Floor. Hey, Killing Floor was real good. Tomb Raider, Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is just I think they have a sequel coming up now, and the Lord of the Rings IPs. Now the second group they have is Asmodee Group. They are focused on more of like the double A games and 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 tabletop games. So they have titles like Ticket to Ride. I don't know what that is. Azul. I know that was a game that was on PlayStation that popped up, and tabletop games. I know they probably gonna like license Marvel games, Game of Thrones, Star Wars franchises. And then they have a third company called Coffee Stain in France, and this is more of like the what they are describing as a diverse gaming entity. So that will be focused on indies, free to play games, maybe some double A games. So things like Deep Rock Galactic, which is kind of fun. Um, things like that. So what's y'all stance on Embracer? Because they've been all over the place recently.
I mean, none of us like the Bracer groups at all. We never liked them in the beginning when they was buying up everything. I mean, so they split up into a big three, and I still think they're in cahoots with each other, even though they split up into a big three. But I don't have no real opinion on them because they haven't done anything really yet. They're brand new, so we don't know what to really expect. We just didn't like them because they was buying up stuff, and we wanted Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo to buy those companies. Remember? Or another publisher. So I don't really have no big stance on it.
I know, like they were and we've heard reports. I believe they was in like financial troubles and everything, of course, because they bought up a whole bunch of stuff and didn't make anything yet. So maybe splitting up is the best thing, because I think maybe this is a case of too many kitchens and I mean too many chefs in the kitchen, too many overseers, too many chiefs, not enough Indians, something like that. So I mean, this could be a sign of a good thing, but they haven't. All they did was buy up stuff, and honestly, they sold off some stuff. They closed down some studios, and they haven't made anything. They haven't produced anything. So I'm with you right there. They haven't done anything yet. Like,
I feel like they broke up into the big three, and then they're gonna get brought up by the big three: Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Maybe each of them companies will buy up one of them. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
especially if their games
Uh,
don't perform well too. If they try to do something,
well, I feel like they with them they were another rich company is buying. They wanted to get in and cash in on the industry, but they didn't have the know-how or the expertise to handle, IDOC, well, not IDOC. They buy IDOC, but like handling all of those different IPs, stuff like that, engaging with the consumer wanted. Like they were just very, very. Hold
hey DJ Killzone, your mic breaking up.
on. Right foot. Music was going, so I was trying to get you to get strike for the episode. All right, cool. Now we're back in the whip. But yeah, um, they basically was throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what was gonna work and what wasn't gonna work. And now they restructured the company for the stuff that's working, the franchises that's working. But that's the problem, and then that's what I was saying earlier, is that you cannot just base your business off of off of your business off of what's selling and what's not selling. Because if a franchise is storied and that people love it, or a new IP comes out with a new with a game and it doesn't hit, it's a good game, but it doesn't hit those sales markers, you know what I'm saying? Then like Callisto Protocol, right? We may never see another one of those games again. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is revolving strictly around money. They didn't realize that not every game that like The Witcher, right? The Witcher did well enough till they got to The Witcher 3 and then it exploded. But if they had just gave up on it when it first dropped, then we wouldn't have got Witcher 2 and then Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, right? Or even with the stuff that happened with Cyberpunk. Like, CD Projekt Red stuck with the game and they turned the game all the way around, right? Same thing with Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls, and it's so many different, those are MMOs, but at the same time, people don't believe in making long-term investments no more. They just want that get rich quick money, and that's what is ruling the gaming industry. And that was the whole point that I made back then, and I'm making it now. You can't work these developers 70, 80 hours a week to try to cash in on something. You giving them 2 years to make a game from concept to completion. You're working them to death, and then you think that that's finna be acceptable. These folks got families, they got lives, their health is in jeopardy, and that's why gaming is going down because they all saw Call of Duty, Fortnite, WoW, uh, Apex, and Destiny, and they want that long money. And even with Destiny, people fell off of Destiny because it's not a straightforward experience. It evolved. They couldn't because they had the what was it? The first missions or whatever. They had to sunset the content because they didn't optimize it for next gen. So they just said instead of us working to optimize their content to give people a straightforward experience when they game, they can play from start to finish. And before they do the raids and everything else like that, let's sunset it and everything else. And I think that's why when they move to Destiny 3, they learn that lesson that they can't just have this overarching lore where people can't go back and play it. That's why you got WoW Classic, to where you can go and play all the old expansions and stuff and work your way back up to where they at right now. You know what I'm saying? So, or No Man's Sky, that's another one. That was left for dead, but look at how well that game is blossomed. So I don't have no faith in Embracer Group. I don't have no faith in any of these publishers or developers other than the big three, honestly. And I ain't afraid to call that out because that's what they've made. They commodify gaming and they have conditioned the younger generation. Hell, all I want to do is play Fortnite. All I want to do is play Call of Duty. All
Facts.
I want to do is play 2K and Madden with my homeboys. They not. That's why these games ain't selling. Even with Spider-Man selling, I saw the numbers and what they invested. They broke even, but that's why on top of the leaks, all that stuff got canceled. Cause they was waiting, sitting back, thinking, "Damn, we gonna sell. We sold 50 million. We gonna sell 200 million this time." It didn't happen. All right, man. Uh, Suicide Squad did bad. All right, cut that the Great Web out. Cut it off. Cut it out. Cancel it. Do what you got to do with it. But then, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be surprised if the hackers that was there, some of them old employees said, "Oh hell no." I wouldn't be surprised. Now I'm not accusing nobody, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't sat there and worked on this game and then I done been working on it for 80, 90 hours a week. I ain't showered, I ain't bathed, I ain't seen my family, I ain't my mama been calling, my auntie sick, my granny passed away, my uncle, broke his leg, he got a flat tire, I can't get to him. and you gonna cancel it? Oh hell no. We got something for your tail. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna drop the mic on that because I'm gonna get you gonna have me in here preaching. We have to bring that organ out.
All right. So Fallout 4, Fallout 4 is an older game now, but they got a next gen update, and apparently, and good timing too, because Fallout has a TV show on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime, right? I believe so. Have not seen it
Yep,
yet.
I
Yeah, it's
watched
on
it.
Amazon
It was
Prime.
great. I seen the whole thing. Okay, I seen the whole thing. So don't get on my head top about seeing. I binge watched it. It was great. It was great. And I've been playing Fallout for the last week. I played the patch not yesterday, but the day before, and it's good. It's really really good. Like and this is what I go back to that point again, Freddie. If you stick it out, because Fallout 4 did not do, I mean, it did initially, but over time, it didn't do the sales or the reception that they wanted. But to this show, everybody and their mama, gamer and non-gamer, hardcore and casual, went back and picked that game up. So they said, okay, let's drop a patch for it, make it look brand new. And Fallout 76, it's got a whole bunch of content on it now. Look at what playing the long game gets you. And this is why when everybody was crying, the PlayStation cast was crying about the Xbox deal, I said, no, this needs to happen. Each of the big three needs to buy a company, a legacy franchise, and give them time. It's just like, LeBron and Shaq and Kobe on the court. Eventually, they're gonna get tired and gotta get some water.
Okay, so
You feel me?
real quick, because I
Go ahead. That's all I was dropping the mic there. I was finna preach. Look. You got your hand. Look, look. You had me come up here and preach, and now you got to put their hand on my back to be like, all right, come on, preachers,
well,
go.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree, but playing a long game now. But I do gotta ask you this though, because you got experience playing this next gen patch. Um, like after the update came out, it's saying that it came out to mixed reviews or mixed reactions because let's say, so it's the next gen updates here for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, right? And let's see, it say a lot of players have encountered broken mods. So I'm guessing this is on PC and maybe Xbox, because I know they got mod support on Xbox, I believe. But yeah, it's saying broken mods. And I think if you download a DLC, then it would crash the game. So do you
No, so the mods, Freddie, it is a whole separate thing. So they got the mods and they got the creation club, right? Everybody who has created a mod, right, has to go and they have to go update their they have to update the mod with the patch that just came out. So now when they get the creator they get the mod terminal or whatever, they have to plug their mods into the new update, and then they have to um I don't know how extensive the Fallout suite is, because it's not like GTA where everything is seamless and simultaneous. Like they have to go in and they have to program, they have to use the editor, they have to use the creation tools and stuff like that. So I don't know how seamless this is and how long it's gonna take. But yes, you can the patch itself, it isn't making, I think everybody thought it was gonna make it look like Fallout 76, which yes and no, because Fallout 76 is, I don't know what engine it was built on, but it's a whole separate engine. It looks way better. It's a lot more going on. This basically is akin to like uh Red Dead when they put their Red Dead 2 patch out. This is what that is. It cleaned up everything. You can see the buildings and the structures in the distance better. All the items and the weapons look cleaner and cooler. The animations are more fluid. The combat is a little bit more hectic because all of the performance issues and the bugs that they had are kind of stamped out. But with the mods, they're gonna have to update and overhaul those mods so that they can work with the new version of the game.
Okay,
So
I'm
yeah,
seeing that.
yeah. So that's all it is. I think they the head again. When you learn how to make that headline, it makes it seem like the game is broken, and it's like no, they gotta go in and patch it up. They gotta go in and fix it up, and then they'll roll the mods out, and they've been doing that. Every time they drop a DLC, they have to reformat the mod so it can work alongside the DLC. This probably is gonna take a while though. You know what I'm saying? I haven't tested the mods yet, but I gotta see if I start using mods in a certain save, will they start working or will they crash?
Okay, so another
So
thing that I'm seeing, right, and I just saw what you said too. So another thing I'm seeing is that on the Xbox Series X and S, only one of the graphics modes are working, which the performance mode is working, and I believe it's working as intended. But it's saying that the quality mode, this article saying the quality mode is, let's see, design service frame does not switch. So they saying that the quality mode don't even work. um. So yeah, right. At least right now, the quality mode on Xbox X and X, Series X and S is not working. You can only play on performance mode. And yeah, so anybody out there that downloads this patch, you can only play on performance mode right now. Most likely, it's going to get patched, pretty soon. Let's see. And then they said, okay, so over on the PC side, is the widescreen and ultra screen support on PC is not working or not working intended to be. So yeah, just so you guys know, whoever is downloading the next gen update on PC and Xbox Series X or the S, those are the two things to know until they fix those problems. But other than that, it looks like the game is working as intended. Let's see. All right, so that's cool. Most likely they'll fix that pretty soon. Now, since we talked about some controversy, I guess Stellar Blade has released on PS5 and it has been going through some controversy. Let me go to the article real quick. Well, while I pull it up, pretty much, um, there's some graffiti that's painted on the walls and Stellar Blade on multiple levels. One level, though, or again, I haven't played the full game, so I'm not sure exactly how intensive it is. But when the game launched, the graffiti is and it's titled hard, right? It's a very sexualized game, right? So it's titled hard, but next to it is an R because there's a shop called a R shop, I guess, for you to, I guess, most likely purchase upgrades and everything like that. So when you read it all together, right next to each other, is called Hard R Shop. Hard R. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. When this first popped up on timeline, when I saw it, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't get it at first. I had to go to the comments to see what was going on because I swear to get what I was looking when I first saw that. What popped up in my head initially when I first saw it was like rated R because some people call like rated R movies hard R. That's is actually a thing that people be saying about rated R movies. And of course, rated R movies do have slang. It have sexual um, conduct. It has sometimes they drop the N bomb too. So give or take. But again, I didn't get it until I read the comments, and hard R is also a racist derogatory mark for um for the racist term of the N word, right? Especially when you use it, pronounce it the way racists, the way they used to pronounce it back in the day, right? So when you attach hard R to that, that automatic people automatically think of the racist N word, right? So again, as a black male, I didn't really see it at first, but when somebody explained it in the comments, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Okay, so it makes sense. Now they patched the game to where it don't say hard R anymore. It says crime, which presents some problems in and of itself, but it's actually kind of hilarious that they did it. But yeah, did y'all see that on the timeline at all?
Man, Beast, go ahead first, bro, because I'm.
Go ahead, preacher man. Go ahead.
Man, what are we doing, man? First, this right here, right, was a lot of cats who was mad at other cats for the Stella Yams and all that, right? I'm tired. I'm really tired of us looking for a problem to be offended when we got Tales of Kenzera that just dropped. I don't see them same people talking about Tales of Kenzera. I don't see them people talking about that game, playing that game. I got it on PlayStation Plus, but I'm finna buy it on either Steam or I'm gonna buy it directly from
Hey,
EA
I was about to say,
because
we got something to talk about that game too. So I want to get too ahead of yourself, but you keep going.
no,
You keep
I
going.
haven't played. I haven't played that yet, but I'm just saying, right? I've been seeing the tweets and everybody. I've been sharing the interviews and stuff like that. See, which was the same reason that I went and bought Forspoken last year because yeah, it was made by a Japanese studio, but you had a black protagonist, and I saw a lot of people talking about that, but because this is console war and that's gonna get the clicks and the views, we not talking about Tales of Kenzera right now. Everybody should be. I feel like Tales of Kenzera should have been the Black Panther of video games. Everybody should be playing this game.
Facts.
I'm matter of fact, I'm about to start sending the game out because regardless of the fact of like I say, people faith and stuff like that, your heritage is still your heritage. And we got a black man with a black gaming studio that's being backed by EA. You know what I'm saying? And it's a budget title. It's even cheaper than Tales of Abrium was. And to their credit, EA is listening. EA, they when they did Star Wars with Respawn, they realized, hey, we got something here. We need to start. We can't. We dropping the ball with Madden. We dropping the ball with FIFA. We got something here. So let's keep it rolling. But everybody being up in arms about this, they got to get up off the booth.
What you think about this, Beast?
I'm gonna say this. I was trying to let that wind let up because I'm moving around right now. But dog, y'all been on this tear about this game for the last couple weeks because grown men like grown women. Stella Blade, the model who plays the character, is modeled after of a grown woman. And I need for everybody to realize that. I need for everybody to realize that if I'm a grown man and I like a grown woman, this game is made for grown people. Then, because I forget if it's rated teen or rated M, but it's still for grown people. And the amount of grown people that was looking for a reason to dislike this game or say because they don't want, oh, we don't want gamers to be thirsty. Y'all need to get off the boo boo.
I got a question for you though, Killer. I got a question for you real quick. Did everybody feel that same way about Bayonetta? Because wasn't Bayonetta sexualized just like Celeblade?
Oh yeah, it just when Bayonetta dropped, people wasn't. It was we wasn't in this sensitive era that we're in now. See, now we're in the ultra PC era. Back then, that was early Twitter when everybody was saying, when people was really being racist and really going there and really doing that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people back then, yeah, they had something to say about it, but it was more women. See, the guys, dudes didn't really care that much about Bayonetta like that. Like, we was all right, cool. We, she sexy, she fine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that line 21 said on that song. That was how we felt. Everybody oogled and ogled. You had them freaky hentai dudes that was making the fan fiction and the artwork and all that. But man, wasn't nobody tripping off of that, man. Like
But
this,
that's what
no.
I'm saying though. Like, so it's like, all right, they wasn't tripping on it like that, right? We talking about Bayonetta one, Bayonetta two, Bayonetta three. Bayonetta three just came out, so that was in the PC Ultra era, right? Cool,
Hmm.
right? So every game gotta have a controversy to it. Every
Because they
game
gotta
got
get views. That they
that's
gotta
what
get
I'm
some
that's
views,
what I'm
bruh.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We didn't have the same thing with Bayonetta 3 that we got with Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, good game by the way. I don't know if anybody really played it or like it or anything like that, but Stellar Blade's a good game. Don't believe any review. I don't believe in reviews by the way. I just play the game. I won the game. I play the game. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Out of this, every game gotta have a controversy. Every single game, and I know Freddie got something to say about that. He's probably his mouth watering right now. He ready to say something, but
No, I'm good. Y'all addressed everything. I'm just like, look, it's again. I didn't even get it at first when I first saw it out of the timeline. And I am a black man that grew up in Chicago, one of the most segregated cities in the world, in the nation. I didn't get it at first. I had to read comments. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I get what hard art means, but I ain't got nothing to say about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. I just like I said, bro. It's so hard nowadays, and when you call it out, you end up like I said. Everybody want to test your gangster. Everybody want to test this. They want to test that, and I'm just like, yo, we live in a world where everybody is consumed. Like last night, bro, I had um I had like a moment that I had with God. Like I had a good old talk with God, and I pretty much was like knowing what I know now and seeing what I see now, bro. It breaks my heart sometimes on how things are in this world and why things are in this world and what people are willing to do for some money. Like when I tell you, bro, I stopped caring so much about money and status. Like I want to do well. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be to the point that I'm financially free. But I'm not coveting this this money and status because as we see in with TikTok, even though I'm still building over there and gonna reroute the people, uh, that could be taken away from you at a drop of a dime, right? Unless you have your own website, your own platform, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much depending on these platforms, they can take it away, they can ban you, they can cancel you, they can do all of these different things. But people trying to get it while they can. AI is coming, all these other different things are coming, automation is coming. Folks is trying to get it while they can. You know what I'm saying? Because they're afraid of what's gonna happen around the corner. But like I said, being a man of faith, you gotta you gotta not be so quick to feed into the BS. But unfortunately, that's what everybody is on. So they're going to make this Stellar Blade thing a big thing and not Tales of Kenzera because Tales of Kenzera is not going to get a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? Because unless we spend $1 billion in marketing like we did with Black Panther and put it in your face and where you can't escape it, then it's going to fly under the radar. Even with all the big influences and everything else, unless they put it on billboards and shoving it into people's phones with ads, unless they do that, nobody's going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say on that, man. People got to stop doing everything and anything for clout. They just got to stop doing it. And they can't be mad at other people for doing something different.
So to piggy, I mean to wait, what's the term? Um,
Piggyback.
Not piggyback. I think is it
Yeah,
transition? I think somebody they.
transition. Are you going to Tales of Kenzero? Yeah, transition.
Hey, my bad. uh, I'm sorry, audience. I'm a good host, I promise. All right, to transition into that though, Telekin Zero actually now we're gonna talk about the game. Don't get me wrong. We already talked about Stellar Blade. This is a good the segue. That was the term I was thinking
Segway.
of.
Yep.
Segue.
Yep.
So the segue into back to Stellar Blade, we have a video talking about Stellar Blade with me and Beast. We was talking about the demo. We played the demo. So go ahead and check that out if you want to hear our thoughts on the actual game. It is full. The full game has released, so that's why we're talking about the controversy. But if you want to get again, listen to our opinions on the demo of our initial thoughts, you can go ahead check that video out. Now to segue into Tales of Kenzera, there has actually been some controversy about this game, which is kind of crazy, but it's kind of forced controversy. So, hold on, let me go to it. Okay, so see, this is the great thing about the space replays. How I can just edit stuff. All right, so Tales of Kenzera is pretty much people have been talking about this game. The game just launched. It's on PS Plus and Xbox Game Pass, so you can get on there. You can also buy it, as a full game. But it launched, and some people have been talking about specifically one person, but the post got some traction, talking about how it's like an agenda push. It's like some DEI agenda narrative pushed or whatnot. I'm gonna go to the actual post in a second because I need to bring it up. I haven't found it just yet, but the gist of it is, or at least my opinion of that post and people's opinion about it, and what people have Twitter have been clapping back about. It is an African game. Like it's a black game. You can't use the same talking points of force feeding DEI material, as they like to call it, which is short for diversity hires. You can't put that narrative into games like this because this is actually what is based off on. It's not like Marvel has released a movie where they changed a predominantly white character in the comic books and made them black, right? It's not like that because again, this is an African game. It is made from African heritage. Most of the characters in the game are African. It is a black game. So it kind of just seems like racist people are trying to spin a narrative of this game and force feeding their racist opinions on a game that don't really need to. Well, nothing needs racist opinions. Nothing needs forced racism. But that's the controversy about the game. It's not about the game. the gameplay, the backstory of the gameplay, how the director, his story on why the game was even made. No, it's about, oh, this is a diversity hire type game in the gaming industry, which is kind of crazy.
Hey y'all, just to give some clarification and some background information on this Tales Kenzera incident, because I did not have the post pulled up while we were recording live. Sweet Baby Inc. is a third party company who writes for some popular video games that some people in the community have found out about. And doing some of these uh, in some of these games, for example, Spider-Man 2, which I played in its entirety, and um, I have found the same thing when I've came to reviewing the game on my own merits. The writing of it pertaining to black people or anyone who is described as a minority. There was a lot of pandering to minorities in the writing for Spider-Man 2, and there are a lot of pandering and almost forced inclusion when it comes to other games, like most notably The Last of Us 2 as well. So pretty much this company, Sweet Baby Inc., is tied to a lot of woke culture in the gaming space, and a lot of things that a lot of the writing that's put into these games nowadays that they are connected to, a lot of them displays forced diversity to the point where it's actually overshadowing the story in and of itself, and force feeding us into political topics, like political or societal topics, like the woke culture movement. So this post on Twitter had got a lot of backlash because even if Sweet Baby Inc. did work on this game, this isn't the best example to put forth like that because, again, of the context of the game in which we were talking about in the live.
Is this the game where the guy was like his dad had passed away and he wanted to dedicate the game to him?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I've seen the controversy. I mean, it's always sad, but anytime you do anything, um, with race, it's always going to be like that, no matter what. We should always expect that at this point. It's sad to see, but I don't understand the controversy, to be honest with you. I don't know why it has to even be there, but that's just like what DJ Killzo was saying about the way that the world is right now. That's how it goes. Like they're gonna do anything and everything to do anything to anybody. And the main controversy, I mean, this game got different controversy than Stella Blade got, but this is a different type. This is the worst kind of controversy, actually. It's very sad to see. I hate to see stuff like this, and I'm sorry, I'm driving and my windows are open, but yeah, man, I've seen it.
All right. So I played the game. I played a little bit of it. I haven't played a lot of it yet, but I will be. Um, sorry for my cat. He is spoiled right now. He's always been spoiled. But yeah, I played a little bit of the game. I really do like this game. Um, let me let
What
me.
what type of game is it exactly? Because I remember seeing
It's
it. I know, yeah.
it's a Castlevania game. So I like to compare it to Ori and the Blind Forest, and really
Mm.
I'm comparing it to that.
Hey, just for clarification, anytime you guys hear me say Castlevania, um, I mean Metroidvania. Those are the games. That's the game's classification. They're called Metroidvania games. I mistakenly said that they were Castlevania games. The old Castlevania games are considered Metroidvania games, but the genre, or technically speaking, the subgenre, is called Metroidvania. So you got games like Metroid Dread, like I said, the old Castlevania game, the Symphony of Night, this game, Tales of Kenzera, Zau, and even Ori and the Blind Forest. They're called Metroidvania games.
Well, it really do remind me of Ori and the Blind Forest. So I'm like the gameplay wise. the approach to it, it does remind me of that. Now, I'm not the biggest player of these Castlevania games. Don't get me wrong. Like I haven't played a lot of them, to be honest with you. Maybe back in the day, but still, like I'm not. I don't have too much experience in a lot of these games. So that may and my comparison may be biased. I would just put that out there. However, I have played Ori and the Blind Forest, majority of it, and it plays like it reminds me of it, just in a very African way. Now, I do prefer this combat more. The combat is more fluid. It's you have more stuff to do. You can actually pull off combos. So the premise of the game is you the main character in the game, and it's not spoilers. It's really literally the first a minute and 30 seconds of the game. Okay, so the main character of the game lost his father. Right, it's the same with the director of the game. So it's the same premise, and his father left him some tales, and the main character is reading about the tales. Now, nothing has confirmed it just yet. However, it's pretty obvious that uh the main character that you're reading tales about, you're reading tales about the character that you are playing as. So on the cover art, on the gameplay, that the videos that y'all see, that's the main character that you're playing as. The person that you're playing as seems like he's one of the ancestors to the main character who's reading the tales, right? So the main character is reading the tales of one of his ancestors who you are actually playing, right? There's no confirmation about that, but it's pretty obvious. So, you plan through his answer with his answers. I'm just say that, right? And the ancestor has two different masks. So he got a blue and a gold mask. What they are moon masks, or excuse me, the moon mask give him powers, the sun mask give him powers, and they two different powers. So what you're doing is you got a light attack, you got a heavy attack, you got special moves too, and you got a dash. Well, when you can switch the mask though, and you can kind of change your approach to the combat. So the moon, if L1, you press L1, you go to the moon mask. He do range attacks with his light attacks. If you press L1 to go to the sun mask, he actually do melee attacks for his light attacks, and it's pretty cool. Like you can switch, you can do different combos, and you can kind of chain those together with the different masks. So like you can juggle enemies, you can pop an enemy up in the air with the sun mask, then change to the moon mask, and then like start throwing the range attacks with them and everything like that. It's real cool. Like it's really cool. Um, and yeah, it's a kind of a standard Castlevania game. What I do like about it as well, besides the combat, which is I think is well made. I do like that it's not overstand, or at least it's not a lot of filler. Right, you get into the game, and of course, it's a Castlevania game, so take that with a grain of salt, right? It's not much you can. It's not. Oh, excuse me. You're limited to what you can do with the story, but they put you into the world. You get the backstory a little bit. They put you into the world, and you on your quest within like 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real quick, but at the same time, like I'm almost through the first level, right? Through the first sequence. There's 5 sequences in the game. I'm almost through the first one, and and within that time period, right? You already learning a lot of the a lot of the story in the game. Like it's a lot of depth in the game that they are already giving to you in the first like hour or two, and you are like it's not overstaying its welcome at all whatsoever. So I appreciate it. I could be a little bit more biased too since it is an African game. And it's a lot of the clothing designs, the music is very inspirational to a person like me, and I'm gonna be real with you. It may not be like my favorite game of all time. I just can't think of no negatives at the moment right now. I haven't played through all of it yet. I don't know if the combat is still at at a certain point. I don't know, but it really seems like it don't seem like it's gonna take you a long time to beat. It probably like a 5 hour type game. Um, maybe a little longer. Maybe like 6 7 hours, close to 8. But it's here. It's a Castlevania game. It's simple, but you can do a lot with, especially with the combat. And I'm enjoying my time so far. I'm loving it, to be honest with you.
Game on PlayStation Plus and Game Pass.
Yes, so it is on PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. You have to have at least extra tier for PlayStation Plus, and I forgot how much retail it costs. Let me look that up really quick.
Yeah, I did see the controversy, y'all, and that's to be expected because again, until we actually have a centralized news network and an actual community that isn't as toxic and as hectic, we're gonna get that pushback because if we had a more cohesive and cohesive community, this game would get the press that it deserves. You feel me? It's not gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that certain gamers are gonna be able to understand, and that's really what it is when it comes to. It's not. I wouldn't say it is racist from us. I would say it's bigoted more than it's racist. It's just these people can't understand where these characters come from, right? So they're gonna say the racial slurs and all that, but it's really bigoted because EA took a chance on this game. You feel me? So, and the fact that they're trying to do diversity and inclusion and then they doing it the right way, unlike Hollywood, where it's tone deaf, where it's just insensitive, it's always stereotypical. The gaming industry has been very, very proactive in trying to change, uplift, overhaul, and really represent black people in a real way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that because you explained it better than I have. If I found a post, I will post it on a video. I'm sorry I couldn't find it right now, so everybody can see it. But look, I do have to. I forget. I do have to. One thing that if I can draw a negative for the game, I did experience like a little bit of the game is very polished. It's just that when if I press the touchpad right to go to the menu, sometimes when I get out of the menu, the character's just stuck. Like I can't move. But after like a couple seconds, he'll move. Or if I press the menu button again, go to the map and go out of the map, he just gets stuck sometimes. And it's worthy to note in this game too because it's a Castlevania game. So you're going to be pressing that touchpad a lot, trying to go to the map to see to see where you're going, right? Because Castlevania games, you gotta constantly look at the map. So it's something to note. It can definitely be updated and patched very very soon. But it's a little that's a little glitch that I've experienced. Other than that, um, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not it's not a difficult game, but it does have some difficulty to it with the enemies as well. And again the combat is not just a is a skill gap to the combat, which is kind of crazy to say in the Castlevania game, right? Not well. In today's age, there are other games like that. With skill gaps in Castlevania games. Again, I haven't played them yet, so I can't really talk about how much. But looking from the gameplay, it's not just a one or two button thing no more, right? How it was in the older days. Now you can pull off combos and stuff like that in some of these Castlevania games. Now I do want to add one more thing too. The Metacritic score on the game is a 76. Now, um, you know, a 7 in general is a good game, right? So the Metacritic is a 76. The U on PS5. The user score is I think 8.3. Let me go back to it really quick. Let me go back to it. 8.3. Yes. So the user score is 8.3. Now, again, like that's a pretty good score. It's not Stellar Blade, right? Stellar Blade has an 82, but that's 6 points off from Stellar Blade. So no, just take that into consideration. That's a pretty good score for this game. And I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, also it's $20 retail price. So it's honestly no reason not, or there's not a reason to avoid this game. To be honest with you, if you're a gamer, I would encourage you to try this game out. It is really cool. It's fun, and I can recommend it.
I'm definitely gonna try it out for sure. I see it right now on PlayStation Plus. I have the Premiere tier. I see everything there. But I don't even mean to bring no controversy into your stream, Freddie. But it's up to you if you want me to talk about it. But you know how I feel about game reviews. If anybody else has seen me on Twitter, I hate game reviews because one person's perspective on a game is always going to be different from another's perspective of the game. You said this game is a 76. Well, this game might not be a 76 to you. You know what I mean? I just hate Metacritic score and game review. If you like a game and you really want to play it, and this game is a 76, and you thinking, oh, I only buy games under 80 or whatever, please don't do that and try to give this game a try. That's all I was gonna say. I was gonna go off, but I ain't gonna do that. I'll leave that for Killer.
I mean, you could. Like I said, I a 7 to me is a good game. Excuse me, a 7 in general is a good game. Like it's defined as a good game. So this game is above average. Like I hate, and I agree with you, Beast. It's I feel like there is some what's the word I'm looking for? There's like this stigma when it comes to seven game scoring at a
Double standard.
7. Say it one more time.
I was trying to give you double standard.
So yeah, so I kind of get it, right? And I was looking at some tweets, right? There's actually some controversies going around right now too, and it may be because something like this, like this game too. But sevens are real. It's a stigma around sevens and just anything. And I saw a good post saying that, a good tweet saying, it may be because growing up in America, having a 7 or 70% was the lowest C, right? Which was the closest grade to a D. You pretty much almost failing, right? And that it makes sense, right? It makes sense. A 76 is not a C minus. That it's on the upper echelons of sevens. So I get it. But when we talking about entertainment, when we talking about especially video games, number one, like B said, a game might not be a 76 to you because I'm going from what I played. I haven't beat the game yet, but from what I played, I'm going more on the user score, which is an 83, and this seemed more like in the 80s to me, to be honest with you, right? Um, but yeah, the game is also $20 too. So again, I factor a lot of stuff into it. It's not overstaying its welcome. The story is compelling. The graphics are beautiful. The game is a beautiful looking game. It's I'm not even just defending because again, I said my negatives about the game, right? But it's I don't really have negatives about the game. Like it's just that one small little glitch. Other than that, like from somebody that's played the game, that is playing it at least, I'm liking what I'm playing, and I would recommend it.
I'm out in a bad area, so I don't know how I'm sounding, but I'll say this: I'm gonna play it probably later on today, and I'm gonna report back because I feel like a lot more people need to stop going straight off of reviews. But unfortunately, the world we live in, people don't have a lot of money, and they may not know. Like I was telling some of the guys in the Xbox space, a lot of people do not know about Xbox Game Pass. A lot of people still do not know about PlayStation Plus in the different tiers, right? So because they don't know, they looking at this. All right, Stellar Blade, I got $60. I'm gonna spend $20 on a game that all right, it's $20. It could be that good if it's $20, right? It's got to be something and it's got a 76. So people are looking at value propositions. They're not looking at the actual game itself. Like, man, this is cool. Because when we were younger, we didn't care about no daggone review scores and did the game look fun to play? All right, cool. When we actually got it, was it actually fun to play or was the graphics just good? All right, cool. We're gonna put it to the side. But unfortunately, because it's not a lot of places to rent these games or buy these games cheap or whatever, maybe GameFly, maybe you'll have it if they have a physical edition or something, but you still gotta pay for that. So um I'm liking that how some, indie games or whatever are making physical editions. Maybe people can get it from the library. But I think we need to go back to, and I think Tales of Kenzera has a demo. That's that's the only way people are gonna be able to try the game out. But if again, it's all about the marketing too. If people don't know about it and it's not shoved in their face, then they're not gonna play it. So that's why a lot of people go off of reviews and scores because people money is funny right now. So if all I
That's
got is
not
game,
that's true.
yeah. Oh, what's up, John?
My thing,
No,
my
go
thing
ahead.
about it is like I
Well,
always check review scores and stuff like that. Even back in the days, not everybody pretty much had the money to keep people get a game and stuff like that. Like say your friend group and everything else. Sometimes you make you like listen, let's see the score. Like people like how the game is looking. Or you can just go to like say a cousin's house and see how that shit is. Like, all right, that shit really good. Like, all right, we'll buy it. But nowadays, like, I don't pretty much I don't get it. Like, we live in such an information age. Like, you just go on YouTube and just check out the gameplay, like for some random YouTuber and stuff like that, and see if you like the game. And two, they need to do like demos like Stellar Blade gives like the reason why we need to get more demo, like more demos should be must be put out more so people can get like an actual like to build their thoughts up before the game comes out. Like Sandland, I didn't pick up Sandland because they had had it, but when pretty much when they do have it in stock, and say they have low stock or for pretty much the GameStop I go to, I'm gonna pick it up because pretty much that's Territorium's last creation. I played the demo, it's cool, even though the demo was like that demo was it like you didn't get any story beats, you were just running around just shooting up shit.
Nah, I don't know, man. When it
Yeah.
comes to those
So
game reviews, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut nobody off. Who was the biggest game reviewer back then? IGN, and now you see how they are now. We all hate
mhm.
the reviews. Same thing with GameSpot and all these other people and stuff like that. Everybody got their own opinion on it. I just feel like if you don't pick up the game, remember you can always trade that game back. Yeah, I know about the money too, but if you don't play the game for yourself, then you're not gonna know how it feels. You're just going off of what somebody else said, and you can look at gameplay and whatever people say. But if you don't pick it up, you're not gonna know how it feels. I feel like
Yeah, but
that with
you
But
can
see,
sit
we
there back in the days, nobody was like, oh, what's going to be sitting there spending. Like, this is one thing a lot of people don't understand. Like, video game prices was fucking crazy back then. Nobody
they
was really about to
was,
sit
yeah.
there. People was going off game reviews even back then. Like
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, the Genesis era where fucking games was like fucking 80, 60, $90 just because the fucking publisher say so. Like, oh, you gonna pay $90 for my game.
No, that I get that, but
Mhm.
that was like back in the day. So back in the day, those video game prices was crazy, especially for that time period because people wasn't even getting paid that much. But we're talking about right now.
People getting paid that much. It
But
was just random
peace,
prices.
Johnny. But here's the difference between back then and see back then. Your mama told you, hey, we ain't got the money right now. And you knew, hey, man, I ain't get a chance. It's raining. I can't go cut no grass. It's snowing. It's real. It's too bad. I can't shovel no snow. Like, I can't, I don't have enough money to go up there to Sam's or Costco or Acme to go get me some bottles of water and stand outside and sell them till I, spend $3 or $4, get a cooler or something. Maybe you probably spending $10 altogether, get a cooler, some ice, and some water, and go stand
I never
outside the
had
bus
that
stop.
problem. My grandmother got me into almost any game I wanted. She got it for me, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but that's what I'm saying. But see, this is what I'm saying, Johnny. People, but I mean, people don't really have excuse now because you got Uber and Lyft and stuff like that too, right? But the problem nowadays, everybody don't want to admit that they broke. We on social media. We can't sit up here and say that we broke because if we sit up there and say that we
That's a
broke,
fact.
people gonna judge you. People gonna make fun of you.
People gonna judge
People
you
gonna act
regardless,
like,
so I don't give a fuck. It's Twitter.
yeah,
This
no, but
motherfuckers
that's
do that
what.
every day.
But
That's
But
a
if we all
non-issue.
in agreement and we all in a group think or a monolith saying, "Oh man, this game sucked because
But
we
if
got
you
to
go
set it,"
around telling
and,
people that pretty much you balling, you sit there spending like say $500-$600 on video games, graphics cards, this, that, and the third, and the moment you mean like I'm fucked up, I'm like, why am I even going on Twitter to admit to motherfuckers I don't know I'm broke? Who the fuck are you?
I'm never going
that's
on
the whole.
Twitter and saying nothing
But
about
who
none of
are
that.
you? Like who are you at this point? Who is this?
But that's what I'm saying. People ain't got no like I've said, hey, I'm up, I'm down, I'm getting back to it. I don't care. But a lot of people care because they want to be accepted. This is what social media it was supposed to be to bring us together, but it's really driven a lot of people apart.
Brain
And
control.
it's like especially black folks. But when it comes to these games, it's like, man, I ain't it gives people an excuse because man, that hundred or 1,000 people say that game suck. I'm not gonna waste my money on that.
That's the
Cool. And
bullshit.
then I gotta and when people pull up my profile that I'm playing all the new hottest, newest, latest games when they come out. Like now that I got Sandland and besides like retro games, it's like 8, 9, maybe $20 here and there. I'm not doing no big purchases for a while. I got stuff I got to take care of. I ain't ashamed to say it. But
As you should.
people,
Supposed to
but
be
that
take care
exactly,
before you
but
buy shit.
exactly that's my whole point. But people don't be looking. They trying to keep up with the Joneses, and no pun intended. They trying to keep up with the Joneses, and they crash and burn. So you know what I'm saying? People got to get off the internet sometimes, log off, touch grass, breathe in the air, and feel the sunshine on their skin, and let it in, and get off the internet. But because we all on the internet all day, every day, like I hate, you know what I'm saying, feeling like I'm a slave to this phone. I've been putting it down. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's not like that. Some people live and die on these phones, and that's the problem.
Shit, we on the phone right now.
I mean, that's it. We doing the show, but I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all, when you get off, you either gonna game, you gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you need a break. There go Danny right there talking about he said, yo, I gotta I had to take a break for a couple of days. I needed it for my mental health. So,
My thing about it is like when people say that shit, it's like, okay, I understand video games, like the gaming culture is very toxic and everything else. To me, I think this is probably for me. I'm not letting none of that shit fuck up my pretty much enjoyment of video games, stuff like that. Because none this shit is just on the internet. None of this shit really don't fucking matter at the end of the day. And that shit not gonna fucking deter this shouldn't deter anybody from wants to stop playing video games or liking video games or liking whatever, anime, manga, whatever. This internet, this is Twitter. The internet pretty much gives the village idiot a fucking soapbox so they can pretty much all spit their bars off.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly. I feel you. I don't. This internet shit is funny. I don't care about the. I don't know how people were giving out money to people on the internet and all that kind of crazy stuff like we was
Yeah, I
talking
don't
about
know about
earlier.
all that. That shit was wild. If people saw that shit, I
Yeah,
was like, damn.
yeah. I was there.
I
I
was about to
remember
say, yo,
seeing
bro, I wasn't gonna pick my cash app up. Yo, send me a couple dollars. My
like let's
friend
say for
fucked up.
example we get mad close with each other and we cool with each other like that, like that, and we working on something together and it's something like that. That's completely different. You talking about some? I need a cheeseburger because I'm hungry, and then niggas, I don't know, because he tried to be
Listen,
buddy buddy with me too, but I ain't gonna get into that. I'll leave
I
that
need a
alone.
cheeseburger. I'm fucked
You
up
know what's
right now.
crazy?
I wish he would have DM'd me. I said, I'm fucked up too. Nigga, give me a give me a cheeseburger, nigga.
Hey, you know what's crazy too? And again, like we done with the beefing. We ain't beef with nobody, right? But the craziest thing about it is that Dre wasn't the first person to do this. We had somebody else. Uh, uh, I forgot his name. I forgot, bro. And apparently he came back. They was just talking about him literally like this week. Um, and he from Chicago too. What's that boy? I forgot that boy name, but it's somebody who did that before Dre. I think a year prior, he was going around asking people for money and everything like that. People was giving him money, for like I think to buy. No, he was saying he needed money for his rent because he was behind on his rent, and people was giving him. He. I never told anybody this, but he hit me up too. he hit me up too. I told him like, yeah, I might do it next check or whatnot, but I was a little fishy on him, cause I ain't gonna lie, he came in my. This is the craziest thing. I forgot to even mention this too. He came into a gameplay space of ours as well. He tried to size me up, trying to act like he was this tough dude from, cause we both from the city. He I think he lived in like L.A. or something like that at the time. He come to a gameplay space trying to size us up, and
Wow.
then later you and everybody. I don't know. I don't know, but it's kind of a Chicago thing sometimes. Like people here be testing each other gangster, or at least that was a common thing. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the city, so I guess he was just on some internet gangster stuff. Um, but I forget his name. Let me look at his see what his name was. But he going around asking people for money and everything for trying to get some rent money from people. Whole time he buying video games with people's money, and he posting all the games he stuff like that he buying on his timeline. Like
See, that's the
how
problem.
is it working?
That's what got him fucked up. He could have got away with that shit for a while, but nigga had this shit flex like, I got a stunt, like, yeah, I got this video game. Ain't you behind rent? Nah, see how what it is. Like, no, like you sitting there stunting on fucking Twitter and shit like that. Like, people not gonna keep receipts. That's what it
Right, and
fucked
he
up.
was doing it before too. He was doing it before he was asking people money. You come into people's spaces trying to size them up. You asking people for money. I mean, you posting all these games you buy and everything like that. He was part of PlayStation Nation. He like he boasting PlayStation and how great PlayStation is and all this and that. But you ask people for money in their DMs.
Yeah, I heard about this shit. Like, this the game spaces and shit like that. Because I joined 2022. Like, we had the fucking what was this guy, this Twitter guy this. He was saying that he's from Japan and everything else. Like he knows about like Japanese women.
Oh
That
yeah,
dude. Then you got
I remember him too.
yeah,
Yeah,
Dre Watson. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Like, the dude was like pump faking like he lives in Japan. I
Yo.
was like, bro. So it's like y'all niggas getting finessed by a fucking weeaboo. Because that's
Man,
what we call the people that be thinking like they know about the culture.
bro, he finessed the game. He finessed out the game. Man, he was trying to size me up too. But that was that Akira dude. Yeah, he wasn't even. And then,
yep.
yeah, man, that dude. It, again, when you sit up here and are when you sit up and you basically allow people to come in. It's basically like I said, they all came in and kissed the ring of persona in them. So until it got out of hand, then they got to come back and have a town hall meeting to where they expose him and go in. And I'm just saying, I'm not finished. I try to keep the peace. But if you dumb enough to sit in there and then they're on town hall meeting that they be having, and you dumb enough to sit there and take that, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's strictly, totally on you.
What they had to
And
you talk about when they was exposing him and everything else. Like,
yeah. He had a space where he wanted to come back and he gonna talk about some.
oh yeah, I remember. I was in that. I was
Yeah,
in that space. I
yeah,
was in that
man.
space. I
Man,
was in that space.
these dudes be flying.
So I got a question. So whatever happened to what's that homeboy name? Bam. Wasn't you guys talking about Bam earlier? What happened to him?
No, he's still around. He just again he's over there with them. And I just said that I was trying to block him, not Kendra. But again, you gotta let people once they pick a side, you gotta let them people stay over there. I'm still cool. And the same thing with Teasy. I was cool with Teasy, but me and him, he jumped in it because people was bringing his name up. I'm like, what is Teasy saying? But me and Teasy ain't got a problem. And when he jumped in, we got in the Call of Duty or whatever. But he wants to be cool with them. Let him be cool with him. I told him and Beast. I say, bro, you can't sit up here and be mad because you know what I'm saying. You can't sit up here and be mad that he want to be over there with them. Let him be over there with them.
Yeah, yeah.
I had friends that was like that, man. That I would sit up. We had beef in school, right? And I would sit up there and I would be getting into it with these cats that they wanted to be around. And then they would get beat up on. I would come over there and try to help them out and everything, risk getting in trouble, risk getting suspended. But then they wanted to fight me. So I'm like, all right, when folks make a decision on what they want to do and how they want to do it, let them go over there and do it, bro. If they want to kick it with them, they can kick it with them. Cause
But by the way, y'all, if any of y'all ever want to play Call of Duty, I literally live stream that shit every day. So if y'all want to hop on it for any reason, I play everything by the way. But if you ever want to do Warzone or anything, just holler at me. By the way.
Yeah, now I wanna put this out there too. I know we had our differences as well at some points, but me and Bam cool. He seemed like he seemed like he a cool one. But yeah, like me he Bam a homie. He a homie. I'm not sure exactly like how I think you said you and DJ Killzone, you and him is y'all cool now
no.
too.
He was just cracking jokes. Bam comes in, he'll crack some jokes, and then he'll move on. The rest of them, but at the time, I was just following there. 'Cause I was cool with Kendra. Kendra said, "Look, y'all can work that out." And her and Mindbender, they squashed whatever they had going on, and that was that. So no, nobody. I don't have no beef with nobody on that side. It's just you on that side of doing whatever for clout. You got a mob of people that's rocking with you, and so it's gonna appear that they winning because they all in they own little pack of people. But I got me a few people, y'all and everything else. But it's not. I don't want y'all to feel like you gotta pick a side. I don't. It's not a. It's right and wrong with it. It's not they side and my side. It's right and wrong. So
Yeah, this should be a my bad. This should be like a valuable lesson though to people. Like you are who you hang around though. You can be guilty by association, and that's just it. That's all. That's how life works in
and I
general.
want them to.
So ain't
I
nobody.
want them to. My bad, Fred. I want them to win. You know what I'm saying? Because they looking at it as, oh, he trying to, because he it look like he down or he whatever. I don't. Again, if I was doing what they was doing, I got one video that got over like almost 500,000 views or 200,000 views. I know how to do this academic, pass the night, all your favorite YouTuber, whatever. I know how to do it, and I could do it better than you can. I just my spirit won't let me do it. So you know,
Hey, y'all. So I shared this game called Lost Soul Aside up on the Jumbotron, whatever you call it, saying. Um, and I know this was a game that is not. I think people been seeing this. Um, we saw this before, but it kind of went silent. Well, either way it go, Lost Soul Aside it's been rated in China, and like just for people that's unaware, right? Anytime like a video game or movie is rated, that's a very clear sign that the game is either or the movie is either done or extremely close to being done. Because they can't rate anything that's not finished. That's not a finished product. So this game is pretty much finished if they have a rating in China about it. So we probably should be getting this, or at least I don't know how everything is working, especially with this China Hero project. I'm not as familiar with it. I know back it was a while ago when I first heard about this China Hero project, and PlayStation getting involved in it or something like that. I was very interested, but it's been a lot of radio silence and in my awareness for a while. However, this game looks fascinating. Like it looks really good, and I know Beast. I know this is probably a game that you would definitely be interested in because it looks like Devil May Cry, like
Yes,
for
sir.
real, like a real hyped up version. It looked like a very fast Stellar Blade, you know. So yeah, I
It
don't
just
know. Have y'all
it
seen this
looks like
game?
almost near Automata to me. You got a little companion and stuff like that. I don't know, the companion pretty much like helps in the battle or just follows you around. But it looks like I'm watching the gameplay. It looks like near Automata. Maybe a little Devil May
Yeah,
Cry.
I agree.
That's a good. That's a good game, by the way, too. I love that game.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for this game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't wait. That's why I gotta get through this backlog because I definitely want to play this game when it comes out. So hopefully we should be hearing something soon about it, very soon.
Most likely probably come out like if it's already been rated in China, it means it probably gonna come out later on this year. Probably like
Yeah,
probably like fall holiday season.
yeah. This would be a perfect game too because it's not a lot of single player games. We don't even know a lot of games are releasing later this year anyway. But it's definitely not a lot of single player games out on
Is it
PS4.
DLC wise the Persona expansion that comes out in September, Call of Duty and 2K that comes out later on this year, like every other year. Yeah,
Yeah, we know Star Wars is August 31st.
yeah.
So that's
That's
I,
2 days
something.
after my
But
birthday. I'm not getting that game, man. I'm sorry. I don't
Ubisoft
fuck with
Plus,
Ubi. I
Ubisoft
don't fuck
Plus.
with Ubi. I don't fuck with Ubisoft at all, nigga. Last Ubisoft game I ever bought was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That was the limited run editions. I don't fuck with Ubisoft, man. They don't fuck. They fall off, bro.
they might redeem you this time with this one.
I
Yeah,
just like not
I'm just
fit.
gonna get it on there on Ubisoft. If it ain't on Ubisoft Plus, I'm cool on.
And also, they were
Hey,
trying to charge like what $100 and something for a mission for an extra mission that should have been in the game. I was like,
Yeah,
why?
bullshit. Yeah. Ubisoft do be doing that bullshit. That's what's up.
Yeah, and them gold editions and shit like that. Them shits be pretty much like like going way under retail. Like I was in the
yeah, down
GameStop
the
yesterday when
line.
I picked up Stellar Blade. They still got copies. It's crazy. They had a couple of shipment like wrapped, like the gold edition of fucking the Division 2. I'm like, nobody fucking wants that shit. That shit like I asked how much that shit was. It's like $20. I'm like, god damn.
hey, no Division Two slant up in here,
I was
sir.
about to say I like the Division too.
I was like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It was a bad game. I was like, nigga, it's $20 still wrapped. I'm like, man, them shits. You might get that shit to somebody. You gotta get that shit away.
Yeah, that's because that's the thing. That's because they got it on Ubisoft Plus. They got it on other means, so I don't have to go and spend my hard-earned money to play that game when the game is over here on this thing. So that's what they want. Honestly,
So let me ask you this because I'm not quite sure. Is Ubisoft Plus on PlayStation Premium?
no. So it's on.
It's,
They actually it is, but it's not like it is on the Xbox. See, the Xbox has the full PC version, right? Well, no, not the full PC version, but basically, if it's a console game, right, that's on, um, if it's a console game that's on the PC side, right, they'll put it on there day and date. So you can play Star Wars, Prince of Persia, all that stuff day one. If you haven't, and you can play it on your Xbox, and you can play it on your PC, your ROG, and all that too. So it is beneficial if you have it on Xbox, but on PlayStation, they only have select games. So because PlayStation don't want to have nothing day and date. Because if they have that on their day and date, then that means PlayStation got to have it on their day and date, and they ain't finna do that.
As far as Ubisoft games or their own games.
You all their own game. That's why they don't have that. They don't have that. That game. They don't have that game up there. I mean, they don't have their games up there day and date. So PlayStation don't want that at all. You know what I'm saying? They'll have other people like EA. They had Tales of Kenzera on there, but they're not finna have a
But
AAA
Tales of
game.
Kenzera is only digital for now. I don't
But
think there's a physical release right
that's
now.
my whole point. So they're not finna have a digital. I mean, they're not gonna have a AAA game coming out on their system day and date, regardless of what system it is. Regardless of they just not gonna do it. So that's that's where it's at.
Like I said, I like buy physical. So like I know the Tales of Kenzera game. A lot of people was talking about it, like the Sweet Baby Ink Detective and all other type of shit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait for the game to come physically. I'm a physical person. It's an indie game, so I'm gonna wait for the indie game to come physical. Just like they did with Neon
they,
White and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
shit, I brought what was that game that they released digital, but it came out physical? Hades. I played Hades on physical. Brought Hades.
Yeah, like Sifu. Sifu came out in February 2022, digital. Then it came out in May. I got it pretty much like 2 days after it came out. So yeah, I still got Sifu. Got that shit. Even though it's the deluxe edition. I hate the deluxe edition because like you got like it comes with a steelbook case. Like it should have just came in that version I was going for. Should have just came with a regular jewel case. But I pretty much probably go find the regular jewel case version, buy used, then take it back to GameStop next day and just tell them like, you listen, this is how it came. They had no case.
So I saw it's a movie trailer, and I got two movie topics real quick. If not real quick, but still like it's this movie that's slated for 2020. No, that's Chance Rapper. Hold on. Now I'm trying to add it to Jumbotron, but it's this movie called Vigilante. Here it is. It's a movie about predominantly it's a predominantly black cast, or at least the main characters are black, and they like either teenagers or young adults. Um, they have powers, and they are pretty much vigilantes. So the reason why it's interesting though is because number one, it looks interesting to me, and two, it's I'm not sure if it's releasing in a movie theater. It may just be releasing on either YouTube or Twitter. But it's one of the cast members, and I'm not sure if he's more involved in it or not. If he's just an actor, if he's a producer or whatnot. But one of the cast members is he was in this My Hero Academia like short film. that you can find on YouTube. I think it's like part one and part two. But it was a really really cool short film. This guy had like the main character had this backpack and he would like throw the backpack and teleport to it. So the guy that's in the main cast in this movie, he was I think the main villain in that My Hero Academia short film, which was I freaking loved it. It came out a while ago, but I loved the crap out of that. And this looks promising. I'm not gonna lie. It don't look like the most high budgeted thing, but that's why I don't think it's like it's gonna be a movie releasing in the theaters.
It's gonna be like it's an independent movie, so it might be one if it goes like to maybe one of those independent movie theaters. So you just shows independent movies, probably so. But that's if it's in your state or around your area. But I see what's his name, Khalil Thomas. They pretty much help Zero from Holes. I'm like it's cool, but it's like it just reminds me like all right from the trailers. It looked like remember the movie Takers with Ti, Chris Brown and shit.
Yeah, it gave me that
Yeah,
vibe.
it's
Yeah,
like Takers. It's like Takers with superpowers and what's the other movie with Michael B. Jordan? The other one that has superpowers.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Uh, dang, I was thinking about that too. What is that movie
Chronicles.
called?
Chronicle, yeah, Chronicles. This is like Takers and Chronicles mixed together. But it's not like this.
That
The
is
styles like all right, the filming styles like it's from the point of view of the one of the characters and shit like that from Chronicle. But
that's the perfect way to describe that. Like literally, you that is perfect. So yeah, like those two movies, like independent film, it looks really cool. I think it's coming out summer 2024 from the release from the trailer. And yeah, I just saw it. I saw it down the timeline. I was like, this looks interesting. Everybody want to check it out for the YouTube. I probably hopefully I don't know. Maybe I'll put it inside the video so you guys can see what we're talking about. But it looks promising.
I've seen it. It's okay. It comes out to some summer, so hopefully, probably it's gonna be like a little probably it's a little probably short movie. I don't think it's like a full budget like long like an hour and a half. I think this movie's gonna be like probably maybe an hour and a half at most.
Yeah, I can see that.
Probably
See that.
got the probably got to pay for it, but you like become a member of like they say the YouTube channel because you could be a member like people like Twitch. You just get a subscription and then you just go in there just watch the movie and paying the YouTuber to pretty much support.
Hey, that's a good idea. um, but yeah, so yeah, y'all go ahead and watch it. And then I did since these two got video games out, we might as well talk about them, right? The Deadpool and Wolverine trailer came out, and man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So, yeah, hey, look, what? Give me y'all thoughts. Give me anything. We can go any which way with this. No Diddy. But yeah, what y'all think about this Deadpool Wolverine movie coming out in the summer?
I think I'm just like I'm Marvel fatigue. Besides X-Men '97, I don't really like. I might go. I'm gonna watch it. It comes out in the summer, so it give me something to watch in the summer. But as as far as movies, like that's gonna be one of the movies I'm gonna watch. But the main one I'm interested in waiting for is Chainsaw Man. The Chainsaw Man movie. So I seen Spy X Family, but as far as like Deadpool Wolverine, like we like it's a different universe. Is this going to be in the Logan universe? Because he said this Wolverine failed the X Men. You see Lady Deathstrike. You see Toad from the original X Men movies. You see like all these people making a return. I'm like maybe it's pretty much the Fox X Men. Like, but it's in a different universe because Deadpool's working with the TVA, like with Loki. You pretty much like I don't know the premise. I just think it's just gonna be a random adventure.
What I'm thinking about, and I could be wrong because again, it was something I forgot the line, but yeah, like he failed the X Men or something like that. So what I'm thinking Maybe it's what it looks like. He looks like the Wolverine at the end of, I believe, those Days of Future Past when he came back. Not Days of
The
Future Past.
Wolverine. The
Huh?
Wolverine.
The
Remember at the
Wolverine.
end of the scene, he pretty much they unboxed the suit.
Oh nah. What I'm saying is, and that could be it too, right? But what I think is the because at the end of what was the last movie? It might have been what was it, the Phoenix movie? At the end of one of these movies, he had came back to to the past, and everybody was there. Like Jean Grey was there, all the X-Men, Xavier, Scott,
You talking about
everybody was
X Men
there.
First Class?
No, Days of Future
Mm.
Past. He came.
That
Wolverine came back, and then the Logan universe is a separate universe where
yeah.
all of them, where
Are
all of
dead.
them. Well, actually, I don't know. It might be the same, but
No,
he
because in
had
the
to.
in Logan, because it's old man Logan, a lot of them are dead.
No,
So
I'm
in that
saying no,
universe,
no, no. But what
Right,
I'm
but
saying is because this is the thing. Uh, what's her name at the end of Wolverine? Right, tells tells him that he Yuriko is telling him that he's gonna die and he's basically gonna get crucified, right? But that doesn't happen. The Wolverine happens right before Days of Future Past. So when they come back, Days of Future Past happens on that timeline. And then in the first trailer, or before, I don't know if it was the first trailer or no, it was the second trailer. He said that you're gonna wig out, the X-Men are gonna die, and I need you to come back and I need you to say yes. So he's gonna go through that timeline, and I think he's gonna go back a little bit further to right before that, and that's when he's gonna pick it up. And
yeah.
then
But it's
something
like I
else
said,
is
if
gonna
you
happen.
doing the Logan, and Logan doesn't make any sense because Logan is a
So no, but if he's going back before, but if he's going back through, if he's doing time travel and multiversal travel, he can do both. Remember, because he got the stuff from Cable. So not only can he do multiversal travel, he's doing time travel. So he might go to that universe and realize, oh damn, he's he's dead, but then we're gonna go back in time. So he's gonna probably use the time travel gauntlet that he
yeah.
got
That's
from
probably
Cable.
one of the dark. That's probably one of the separate futures. But old man Logan is a Elseworld story. At the end of it, like that one, you get like an old man Spider Man. Deadpool's
Yeah,
still alive. Like old man, Captain America. Everybody's fucking old.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
right,
Everyone's
but
saying. We
fucking
can
I
old.
see.
think I think I agree with DJ Killzone though, because that's why I just forgot the movie that he came back. He saw everybody, but yeah, like what I think is that Wolverine, right, from the end of Days of Future Past. He came back. Everybody is here. But what I think is going to happen is that, and they could be just alluding to like a mission or something that he failed with the X
Yeah,
Men and they kicked him out or something like that.
yeah.
Because sometimes Wolverine be alone. Sometimes he be getting kicked out of X Men. So depending on the run.
Mm-hmm.
But um, I think they're gonna go to the Old Man Logan universe because X-23, I believe she is rumored to be in this movie because of the I think the actress
It's
was
coming
like
back.
spotted or something like that. Yeah, so it's like almost confirmed, I believe, that she's gonna be in this movie, and I think she's gonna be grown up,
She's
right?
probably like a
She's gonna be
teenager.
grown up.
So it could be a teenager at this point because she was a little girl.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that too. And I ain't gonna lie. I think she's gonna be in the Marvel universe after this point. I know that's kind of a stretch. We don't even know for sure if she's in a movie, but I think they're gonna go get her, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
or they're gonna go to that universe and she's gonna pop up. And I ain't gonna lie. I think this Logan dies. I'm gonna be real with you. And then we get X-23 as one of the X-Men members or one
Yeah.
of the people
And they can make
in the
X
new
Factor. They can make X Factor.
timeline.
They can go get Cable. Because
Exactly.
you gotta think next there's a Secret Wars comic book that's on the ground in the trailer, right? And so X Factor might be a factor, no pun intended, in the next movie. So I mean, in the multiverse, the what was that? The not the multiversal war. What's the name of it? So you
This
got
the Secret
Kang
Wars.
Dynasty. You got Kang Dynasty. Yeah, you Secret War. So I heard they saying that Wesley Snipes might come back as Blade. Um, I think they still doing the Blade movie, but I think that yeah, all of them are gonna come together against Kang. But I think they're gonna make it more towards Doctor Doom now, so
Yeah,
they can lead straight into.
because they got rid of Jonathan Majors. Like I said,
Well,
after that, like
they recasting him. They recasting him.
nah, they not fucking with him because as soon as he got fucking like the verdict was
No,
out
no, no,
for
no.
him,
No, I know that, but I'm saying they're recasting Kang, and they're gonna get him out of the story. Is what I'm saying.
they gonna get that version,
Yeah,
his versions up there. But after they already said like they got what you call it, the TBA is looking for Kang, like all versions of Kang. They gonna take that version out. They gonna take them out. So they can people say
Mm,
going towards Doctor Doom.
right. Yeah, that's the rumor. So well, the rumor is that they're gonna recast him, but he's not gonna be the main villain no more. So most likely
no.
that's what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna have him. He might be like they might take him out soon, right? Like for Kane Dynasty, and then they may allude to Doctor Doom or something like that, or be setting him up as in the same movie or something like that.
And then the incursion is gonna
But
happen because once he gets Doctor Doom gets in the comic, he gets the time travel device, and now this is gonna be. So I think this is how Deadpool ties into it because Deadpool has the time travel device. They have the multiverse device. So what they gotta do is make once they combine that it into one thing, he can not only drop across different universes or multiverses, he can jump across time. So now he can jump in and out of time inside of that multiverse, or he can go basically anywhere, like the Kang in the comics can. So because the Kang in the comics can go any era, any timeline, any universe, at any point. So that's where Doctor Doom is gonna get is gonna take Kang out, and we're gonna go right into Secret Wars. So
They're doing
that's when everybody.
they're not doing the original Secret Wars. They're gonna do Secret Wars 2. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do Secret Wars 2 because after the Secret Wars 2
Yeah,
and like they probably gonna do like Clash in the Realms and they bring all the realms. They're gonna be like fused together and shit. But I'm done. I'm really done with Marvel as far as the cinematic universe because it's like it's a free for all at this point.
I'm gonna be real. Like I see a lot of people saying that. Now I'm going to keep my expectations lower for Deadpool or Wolverine because every single time I've had my expectations up, it's not they haven't been up to par. Like I agree with a lot of the people. However, though, I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking how they are kind of going. It seems like everything is starting to make sense a little bit more to me now. Like this whole multiverse saga was all cluttered and all over the place. But now it seems like okay, you got Deadpool, Wolverine. You can end the whole Fox stuff right now. Bring some characters over with. We got our cameos, have a fun time. We got the R-rated fiasco out the way. You know, get that out the way. We got all the little sidekick villains and stuff like that, and the not the defenders, whatever their name is. Um, and now we gonna start up our X-Men universe, right? We ain't got no baggage, right? We gonna bring X-23 most likely. We gonna bring her into it. We got Miss Marvel, even though I don't care as much about it. We got some X-Men members, and then we got the Fantastic Four, who looks like we was alluded to them, right? Um, they look like they're in their own little timeline too, or their own little multiverse too. So I really do think that they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be introduced before their movie come out. And if you're gonna set up Doctor Doom as the villain, which is rumored to, and we got this Secret Wars coming up. Bring everybody here. We got the Blades. We got the. We don't have to worry about all the Fox characters, right? Because we gonna bring in whoever we want to bring in from Deadpool and Wolverine. We got the Fantastic Four in their own little timeline, which we can keep visiting. You know, we can go through all the different timelines and multiverses and stuff like that, and universes. I feel like this is the only thing I don't like is the whole Kane thing. Like that was a good plan. Forget Ant Man and the Wasp. That was a terrible movie, but Jonathan Majors was freaking phenomenal in that movie as Kane. That's the only thing I'm not personally liking. But other than that, like I don't know. I feel like if they do this, they can really do this right and correct their course. And this is the time to do it. But they got to do it right. You know, they got to be good movies.
I feel like they should take a little time off after Secret Wars. My bad, y'all.
I agree. I agree because this right here, the fact that they canceled all those look, we didn't need all these projects, man. We never needed all these projects. Why did we have? I do want to see a Armored Wars. Don't get me wrong. I want to see that. But why are we having like? Why is there an Echo show? No offense to her, but why is there an Echo show? Who asked for that? What role will she play? You got all these other characters. Why would you make an Echo show? Why are
That's
you
to
trying?
set up Daredevil, and then they're gonna go into the Defenders, and they're gonna bring the Defenders in with the Avengers. Everybody want to see that, so that's
But
what.
why? Like you could just have Daredevil
No,
because
but
now,
see, that's what I'm saying. Like they gotta set up. They trying to set up Kingpin, and they trying to get Echo in there with Luke Cage and all of them. They trying to. That's what they trying to do. Basically, is that
but again, that's my thing. Like they too focused on so many characters, where like now we already heard that they have to scrap Daredevil damn near all like in its entirety and make it again. Like you
dang.
could have just came out, just focus on Daredevil, Kingpin. You got Spider Man, right? Spider Man could have appeared. Why are we introducing Echo? She could have just been a one and done with Hawkeye. Leave her alone. Let's establish our main roles with Daredevil and Kingpin.
Young Avengers. They want to do Young Avengers.
But we got we got maybe X-23, right? Which is a perfect young Avenger, in my
Oh, you
opinion.
just unlocked it. You just unlocked it. So Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop, Echo, X-23. Boom. X Force. They ain't even not X Force, A Force. It ain't even gonna be Young Avengers. It's gonna be A Force.
I would rather them do an
The
A Force than the
female.
Young Avengers because they set up no sexism, but all their younger people are women. I would rather them do a Force then. At that point,
That's what they doing.
how you know
That's what
though?
I'm saying. Because you just said it. X-23, Echo, Kate Bishop. Oh, we forgot. Yeah. What's my girl name? Monica Rambeau. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carol Danvers. Yeah, there it go. There it go right there.
Okay, I can
A
see that.
Force.
They need to do that though. They need to do it like
No, but they
because
gon'
I
they
don't
gonna bring
see.
them in on Secret Wars, and then they gonna do it. They gonna either do a movie or a TV show.
Hey, look, I don't see a
One
Young
of the two.
Avengers, at least not right now. Until
No, I'm saying A Force. That's what they gonna make. Because this is the thing, they made too much money on Captain Marvel Part One, and that was a solid movie. You know, it had some law parts or whatever that they could have cut a lot of that stuff, but it was still a solid movie. When they got to the Marvels, the trailer misled a lot of people until they got to like the trailer, the final trailer, because they had the teaser and then they had the theatrical, and the theatrical trailer was more serious. Then we get to the final trailer. Whenever they do that final trailer, because people don't know what it is, and then pre-orders ain't hitting like they supposed to, That's how I knew. I went to go see it in the theater, and I didn't have a problem with it. I actually liked it. I liked it way better than the first one because it was an actual. It was a little slapsticky comedy with three. Like I'm trying to think of what. Not Thelma and Louise. Yeah, like Thelma and Louise with a third wheel, and that's what it was. But again, I feel like they need when Secret Wars is over with, they need to just hang it up and let it breathe. Same thing with Star Wars. When after they get through doing the acolyte and the Mandalorian and Grogu, just hit pause on it. You know what I'm saying? Do the little Fortnite. Matter of fact, I would want Disney to make a Fortnite movie with Pixar. Since they in bed with Epic right now, do the Fortnite movie and let everything else rest. That's the clip for you right there, Freddie. Do a Disney and Pixar and Epic do a Fortnite movie. That's what they need to do. Like they can rest on let Star Wars. You can keep X-Men 97 going. Maybe do the X-Men movie, but let it rest for a few years before you do the X-Men. Let it rest. And if you do the X-Men, you need to do X-Men 92. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember going to the X-Men 97 panel at C2E2 last year, and I asked Cal Dodd in the cat, I say, are y'all coming in Secret War? He was like, NDA, 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 NDA. We can't talk about it. I'm like, damn, for real? He was like,
Bet.
yeah, no. I said, because you see, that's what people want to see is that X-Men on. That's what people want to see is they want to see that X-Men 97 on the screen. You feel me? That's what they want to see. And have a couple more seasons of that. Hire that dude back that y'all fired for no reason because he had a secret OF page allegedly that nobody seen. And yeah, that's how you do that. You know. And when you end X-Men 97, figure out a way or a story to pivot into to bring the X-Men on the screen. You know.
So let me ask you this: how would they do it? So you saying X-Men 97? So they gonna start as adults, and we're gonna start with the main cast.
Yeah, they don't need to do. They did. This is the thing. We with Deadpool 3, we acknowledging that everything happened. Both of the timelines happened. You've gotten the original X Men. You got the X Men 92 slash Extreme X Men with the with an Uncanny X Men with the Marvel movies. So now we need X Men the way that we remember X Men to be on the screen. That's why they put Wolverine in the suit. I mean, Hugh Jackman in the
Yeah,
suit because that's what people
but
want to
that
see.
suit is not the he was the suit that's the more astonishing X-Men suit.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. They putting him in that suit. It's kind of like a teaser
Yeah, that's the
because
astonishing
when we
X-Men
get to
suit.
that,
What you're talking about,
yeah, because when we get to that,
Killzone.
we
What
gotta.
you're
But that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about
And
is the Jim Lee, Chris Claremont run as was Wolverine. They pretty much they even give us classic, like very classic Wolverine with the brown and yellow. I know everybody loves blue and yellow Wolverine, but brown and yellow Wolverine is my nigga. Pretty much the most iconic. Before he pretty much
I think
black.
we get. I think we get him in. I think we get him in this movie. I think we're gonna get different variants of Deadpool. We're gonna get different variants of Logan. But I'm saying when they come out, because that's the logo they put out, is the X-Men 92, X-Men 97 logo for the X-Men movie. People want to see that. People want to see that Blackbird that's really blue. You know what I'm saying? People want to see that those costumes.
So you just
And Johnny, they
all
and Johnny, they fixed the hair. They fixed her hair. By the way, I don't know if you watched it yet, but
it's just you just want the Jim Lee. You just want the Jim Lee X-Men. That's all it is. You don't even need have
yeah.
to. You don't even have to pretty much bring the X-Men '97 like that version of the characters like in the animated show to pretty much bleed across the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Might as well just for the get go. That's why I pretty much thought like with the X-Men Dark Phoenix, I thought they was gonna go that run. When you see Charles Xavier shave his head and everything else, like please just give us the Jim Lee run of X-Men. Just give us a Jim Lee run.
I
That's
think
what
that's
people.
what they.
That's what X Men originally was. The Jim Lee run for basic people. The Jim Lee run. That's pretty much '90s, like late '80s, '90s babies X Men. The Jim Lee.
My bad. I was cooking too. But man, I just hope.
It's like I want Jim Lee to
I,
be with the Jim Lee run to pretty much be like live action and everything else, but Cal Donald, what is he gonna do in there? It's like he's old as hell. Like, when they gonna pull a Spider Verse? Like he just gonna come out of nowhere. He's you gonna hear all the stuff he used to say in the cartoon.
I ain't gonna lie. It is rumored that Henry Cavill was in talks for a Marvel movie too, and I hope he plays Cyclops. Like I don't. He's perfect for
um,
Cyclops. So
yeah, the original
I,
Cyclops for the anime series, he passed away. Yeah,
he
he passed
did.
away a long time ago. That's why that
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you said anime
the
series. Okay,
animated series. Yeah, he passed away a long time ago.
okay, yeah, but still, like the Henry Cavill looks like that type of Cyclops. So if they do go, Jim Lee run anime series type of X Men, which it kind of do look like they are. I just don't know how to do. Like I be trying to think of like if I'm a producer or something like that. How do you do this with the timelines and stuff we got now? Even with different timelines, they reset everything. Like how do you introduce that type of cast? Because those are established X Men. Like they are, they have to have history already. So how do you bring that in without having to establish that? Like how do you do the Spider Man route with X Men?
I have no idea. I just think I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs to pretty much be resetted from scratch. It's too convoluted now because of legal and all that other type of shit in the background. It's too convoluted, very convoluted. I just think they need to start from scratch. Robert Downey Jr. I know everybody loves him as Iron Man. We need to get another. We need to get a new Iron Man. He's getting old. Like that Robert Downey Jr. we seen like back in '08, 2009. He's getting old. So we need like new people. We
And we still got Ironheart too. We got Ironheart. We got Moon Knight. We got the Night dude from we got the Eternals. We got the dude at the end. I think the Black Knight
yeah, Black.
dude. He's supposed to be in Blade, most
Yeah, they
likely.
they
Like
always run each other with the ebony blade. Yeah,
we got so many people. Like you said, it's convoluted, but it's like
yeah.
where do these people fit? Like even if you reset the timeline, where are you gonna put these people? Are they just gonna be? We ain't gonna see them no more. Like what's going
I
on?
The only thing like I said, I care about is X-Men '97 because I already know what they're pretty much like by episode 7. What they're going to be going with is the X-Men versus the Avengers at some point. Because if you,
And we
I don't
got
know if you watched
we
the
got
last
young T'Challa
episode.
too. Yep, young T'Challa coming up. But so let's see. So because we still get to 21 questions. Did y'all have any more thoughts on Deadpool, Wolverine, or the MCU
No,
before we like do
it's
outros?
gonna be a lot of people gonna see it. It's a summer movie. You're gonna see when you go to movie theaters. You gonna see all the kids, the king. Everybody gonna be there. It's a summer movie. Depends on when they release it. They release it like the first week of July. It's gonna be. is most people like they gotta give people a reason, which they are giving them a reason to come to movie theaters because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going to the movie theaters anymore. It's just like it's just a waste of time because most of the movies don't seem like it's worth it. They spoil the movie kind of by trailers. I think what Wolverine and them doing is like, all right, we're not gonna give you everything. We're about to give you one more trailer, and then that's about it. I think that's pretty much like a month before the movie comes out, and then that's it. We ain't gonna give you nothing. You gotta come with. If you want to see you want to be interested, go to the movies. That's what they should be doing, because that's been pretty much a lot of movies nowadays. They just pretty much damn near spoil like, want to see this coming. Like, god damn. So they don't watching the movie. I'm gonna wait for that bitch to come out on 4K Blu-ray or the copy on Black Friday.
That's actually my hope for the movie too, because I'm gonna be real. I didn't like the trailer. I liked it, but it wasn't. It didn't blow me away at all whatsoever. But I think it's because they didn't show us a
Yeah,
lot.
because
Like,
the last trailer was like a Super Bowl trailer. It's like, all right, they doing it. They finally doing it. It's just that they announced it that they're doing it. Even though we've seen the leaks of Hugh Jackman walking around with glasses, on set with the outfit on. So we know we're doing it. I guess for the masses and everything else. And Super Bowl. Everybody's watching Super Bowl. So this trailer this came out like this a couple days ago, like this week. I guess this is show like more. I think they're gonna do one more trailer. If they do two more trailers, I think Marvel gonna fuck it. People say bomb by itself.
well, they definitely gonna do. They're gonna do another trailer and probably a couple of TV spots.
Well, there's
But
TV spots will
still,
always be there. It's gonna be like all the shit you've seen from the trailers, like for short for TV when you watching TV like on fucking regular TV, But like they're gonna do one more trailer. That's about it. And probably give us like a little like teaser, like who might be like the big bad in this one, and that's it. I guess just leave it alone.
and see, and you touched on that point too, because the telekinetic lady, I forget her name. And I don't know. I have no history of her in the comic. Like I didn't read comics that much to know who she was. So I don't know nothing about her. I heard that she's Xavier's sister. I didn't even know he had a sister. So yeah,
Yeah, just like the Juggernaut, that's his brother or half brother.
okay, okay, yeah. I didn't know he had a sister. I didn't know he had a sister. Whatever. But dang, they family so damn powerful. Like
Well,
anyway,
unlike his son,
that's my yeah, his son too.
but
But
his son
still,
can't
like
control
that's
his powers. That's why he has like multiple personalities. He's an Omega level mutant, but he just can't really control his powers. He's not like Reed Richards' son, which he's a Omega level mutant. Because I like that shit when Dan Slott did like saying you're not a mutant, you're a freak and everything else, you're not a mutant. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? His parents they're not mutants. They got pretty much the accident guys gave them powers, but then their genetics and everything else when they got pretty much having sex and everything else, you are a mutant. Pretty much you do have the gene. But that's just comic books and shit like that. They're always fucking up the storylines and shit like that to sell comics.
yeah, I still got a little. I want to keep my expectations in check, but I do get I, I, I do got some hope for this movie though, because again, like a lot of the signs are pointing to it can be a really good movie. They haven't showed us a lot. We don't know. We really don't know what's going on in this movie. They dealing with time travel and multiverse travel, trying to fix up everything. We are finally getting X-Men and MCU. This is the movie, right? This is the movie we've been waiting on for a number of years. And we got the TVA. I ain't gonna lie, the TVA popping up actually did have my excitement go up more too. Not just from this, this trailer, but still in general. Like the TVA being in this universe, that is a very foreseen thing. Like we can really get a time travel multiverse movie since we really didn't get it with Doctor Strange, and that movie was titled The Multiverse of
Madness,
Madness,
yeah.
and we did nothing. We ain't do nothing. We ain't do
That
nothing
was
with the
the
multiverse
biggest.
movie.
That was the biggest letdown right there, boy. They made that seem like that was gonna be that one,
Yeah,
and
that's
it
why
just trashed
when I
and
seen
burned.
Reed Richards, that man passed away. I was like, he died. He got fucking killed. But really, you can't kill Reed Richards. So I'm like, yeah, Marvel's on some nut shit. I'm not watching this shit no more. I'm done.
Now, that
I'm
movie
out.
I did have doubts for. I had doubts for because the first trailer they showed us the evil Doctor Strange. I'm like, really? So he's gonna be the big bad in this movie when you got Wanda, who is turning evil in this
Yeah,
movie. I feel like that shows size. And again, I ain't said I'm this all knowing movie predictor or anything like that. I saw signs of hesitation with me when it came to that movie. I'm not I'm not seeing as many signs with this movie though. The only sign I'm seeing is that you get all these freaking villains popping up from the Fox universe. I'm not mad at it, but that's like a uh they look like they're gonna be a cameo in here, but are they gonna be a reasonably sound? Are they gonna be reasonably sound cameos, right? But again, the telekinetic lady, she don't even look like she's the big bad guy in this movie. So no pun intended. But I ain't gonna lie, I got hopes for the movie. I'm not saying it might. I'm not getting my hypes up all the way, but I think they gonna course correct really good when it comes to this movie, and it's gonna be a fun time. But who knows? Who knows? That's just my predictions.
hey, Freddie, I just came in to chop it up with y'all. I'm about to pretty much I'm outside and shit like that. I'm in the building and shit like that. I'm about to go to this the Schaumburg center. They having a Black Expo this weekend for comic books.
Oh, oh, bet.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
okay. Enjoy your time
yeah.
there.
I picked up yesterday Static #2. Got it for $10. The original, the milestone shits.
Oh, bet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to pick that one up. I was like, because that shit it was it's still good. He was saying, just $10. Let's see what else he got in there. If not, I'm like, I'm just saving some money and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be splurging right now.
Y'all want to do outros now?
Oh well, I mean, it's up to you, Fred. It's your show, man. We here on gameplay, so I'm just honored and I thank you for coming on, man. I mean, for providing this platform because I've been wanting to pie for a long time, and it's you know like I said with Beast and Bits, we kind of took a sabbatical, and then L been running around with the Jadal Gaming podcast, so we kind of been on a break from that. But yeah, man, shout out to you, bro, for having this platform and Beast and y'all being good hosts and actually having a space and a podcast that we could have real conversations without, getting our feelings or bias or agendas involved, man. So props to you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to y'all too for coming through. And Beast, you want to do an outro?
Yeah, definitely got to shout out Fred for having this platform for us to come to, and actually talk about stuff that we actually really want to talk about and not force, you know. And everybody who was in the space with us, I always want to give you guys a shout out as well. Um, this is probably one of the most fun spaces and informative spaces I ever been in ever. All the other Twitter spaces I have been in has been all toxicity. So I definitely got to give a shout out to y'all, and you know, definitely go check out my boy Freddie's podcast and his YouTube and his Twitter, by the way.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Um, definitely follow us on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. All of it helps us out, even if it's the smallest thing you can do. We're not charged for anything. Hitting that like button is free of charge. Y'all want to take a second of your time. Definitely catch us on the YouTube where you will see the space replays where there will be edited forms of the podcast tailored to the audience. That way you guys can have some entertainment while you're listening to some entertainment. Shout out to the people that's to the podcast members. to anyone that support gameplay, to any of the gameplay members that's out there, to our whole community who you guys don't see come up. Shout out to y'all. Hope everything is going good with you guys. You are always in our memories, and not saying that as far as anyone has passed away, anything like that. We all doing good, but at least I just hope everyone's doing good. So yeah, anytime if anybody listen to this who are part of the gameplay community that wants to that haven't been here in a minute that wants to come back and partake in some of these spaces, we do have them up. So definitely slide through. If you want to shoot a DM, you can, but of course you already know who you are, and yeah, no hesitation. Just come in, slide through. We be hosting the podcast on Twitter on Saturday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. If anything changed, we'll definitely let everybody know. But yeah, slide through. Everything's cool over here, and yeah, appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, peace out.